Gonna get you fucked up, wanna get you fucked up. Really take one hit that'll make you hush up. Nigga, shut the fuck up. No stress, no, and no chronic. I know that's it, and I can think of some more, oh yeah.
Hey y'all, can you hear me?
I know how they come around on Friday for real, for deep, for yes, and we pray. And the reaper help me see for every day.
Can y'all hear me?
Every first Friday of the month, and you're humbly invited. We're truly humbly united. Enemies and calling y'all. They don't wanna get my fade on. I'm so high. So who wanna bag, who wanna bag, you wanna bag, you wanna bag, you gotta bag.
Hey Laria, who else we got in here? We got lovely Gardenia in here. Our women is Gardendia. Hey Tara, what's up? Hey Sunny, so you can hear me? Hey Bling Girl. Hey Latasha, what's up? Hey Bob.
Buddha.
Hey Sarah.
And when we're lonely, we won't leave us. Not like these fake niggas that deceive us.
Uh-oh, it's saying check the video resolution. Probably because I got this music playing.
Easy.
Hey Maddie, hey Light, what's up? I know some of y'all was like, is she even going to do a live stream for Taurus season? So you know I had to get it in before it ended. Hey Beverly, what's up? Oh, you spelled gardenia wrong. You never changed it. Well, it must be for a good reason. Hey Miss Ray Son. Hey Duran. Hey Angel.
Get it back and toke it for the road.
Hey Renee. Hey Justin. Hey Wellness. Hey Lilith.
Cause they know we can roll.
Hey Problem. Oh no, I didn't forget about y'all. I just had to get on top of some work. Hey Tracism.
Thank you for the reaper.
Alright, let's get this thing on and popping. Alright. So I hope everyone is doing well. Happy birthday to all the Taurus. I have 2 Taurus students that are born on May 15th. I already reached out to them, but I'm going to say happy birthday to them again. Hey, Christina, say it ain't Roto. What's up? Yeah, so happy birthday to all the Taurus. Happy birthday to my Taurus students, my Taurus clients, subscribers, viewers, all that. As you come into the room, can you hit the like button? I greatly appreciate it. So a lot has gone down since I last went live, so we got some catching up to do. So everybody doing okay during these trying times? Hey, Curdy. Oh, that's Bone Thugs, yeah. Hey, Scorpio Forever. When you don't see me doing a live or putting out a video in like a week or so, just know that means I'm busy with work. So I be having written work to do. I be having classes to teach. I be having readings to do. So sometimes I have to, put YouTube to the side and focus on the other work. Hey, Perfect Escape. How you doing? But yes, it is Taurus season. We're getting close to the end of Taurus season. So we definitely got to get this live stream out. If you're a Taurus sun, Taurus moon, Taurus rising, press 1. Because this is about you tonight. Yeah, and you know what? With this Venus retrograde, because it's in Gemini, it makes perfect sense that stores are starting to open back up. But as you can see, these stores are opening back up with restrictions. And some of them have some crazy restrictions, but I know it's not the stores, it's the government telling them this is what you need to do in order to open your stores back up. So my daughter told me today, she was like, because I've been waiting for Ross to open back up. You know, that discount store? Because I need a couple of pairs of pants, just some regular pants, like some sweatpants and stuff. And I really don't like shopping online for clothes. So I've been waiting for Ross to open back up. And my daughter told me, yeah, Ross is opening back up, but only for 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday. I'm like, what the hell? Hey, Gift from Virgo, how you doing? So let me see who we got in here that's Taurus. We got Justin, Bob, Irie. I think that's how you pronounce your name. Let me see. Moonlight Orange. That's one of my favorite colors, orange. Laria. Callie. What's up, Callie? Okay. Hey, Elise. Hey, who else? We got CVMR. What's up? So, yeah. So, how is it going in your neck of the woods? Is like stores opening back up, but with restrictions and all that type of stuff? I was like, I won't be surprised because some restaurants are starting to open back up, but I heard it's like at limited capacity. And I was like, what if they have people wearing their masks while they're sitting down eating at a restaurant? Like, it's just getting that crazy. It definitely feel like we're living in the twilight zone right now. Scorpio Forever said, I don't like these damn shields they added. It's just weird. No more human interaction, right? They got all the shields up at the stores. Um, all the workers are wearing masks. And I heard that it's not easy to breathe wearing those masks. And that's very much dealing with Venus and Gemini as well, because Gemini deals with breathing, deals with the lungs, deals with the respiratory system. So people that have some Gemini energy, especially if it's like their sun in Gemini, moon in Gemini, Gemini rising, those masks may really be doing a job on those people, especially people that already have respiratory issues and stuff like asthma and stuff. I could just imagine, and especially with it getting hotter outside. Latasha said, my kids are enjoying the unemployment. Scorpio Forever said, yes, with the restrictions, our dog was able to see the groomer today, but she had to pick him up from the car. Yeah. Callie said California extended the stay at home order until July. I heard they extended it till August. Yeah, they are tripping over this thing. And you know what? I don't know about anybody else, but I still don't know anybody that is sick from this thing. So when they calling it a pandemic, I'm like, I don't see it being a pandemic from my point of view. And I know a lot of people. Elise said Toronto, Canada, yes, we're being a very slowly. Stores opening, but only for pickup, like order online. Then you have to go wait in front of the store. Yeah, and sadly, things may never get fully back to normal once they done did all this. And the more they have people conditioned to accept these restrictions, the more they're going to go along with it. Light 7 said, I'm in New York City. It's still on lockdown. Things are slowly opening up, but very limited, as you said. Yes, and that's very Venus retrograde in Gemini. Now, Gemini rules the marketplace, and that would include retail stores, shops, boutiques, things like that. So, with Venus being retrograde in Gemini, it makes a lot of sense that these stores are starting to open up, but again, with these restrictions. Also, just think about this. With Venus retrograde right now, stores are going to start accepting returns again because you had stores like Target, they weren't accepting customer returns. And I know the store that my daughter works at, they weren't accepting returns either, I don't think. But now that Venus is going now that Venus is retrograde, there's probably going to be a lot of confusion and mix-ups and problems with returns. Some of you might end up with some situations involving being charged the wrong amount. You might need to get a refund issued to you, but there might be some complications with that. Just double check your receipts when you make a purchase during this time. Already Venus retrograde has been affecting me. The first day it turned retro, I had a client make a mistake with a purchase and she made a duplicate purchase, so I had to issue her a refund. Then 2 days later, I had, or no, this was yesterday. I had another client, they purchased the wrong reading. So I had to issue them a refund and then they purchased the right reading. Now, the issuing of the refunds, that's rare for me. I rarely have to issue a refund. So that's definitely dealing with Venus retrograde, especially because it's in my sixth house right now. So also I had some scheduling issues. I was getting days mixed up. I was like, damn. So yeah, so Venus is going to head back into my fifth house while it's retrograde. So I'm not really looking forward to that. I can expect probably somebody I used to deal with trying to contact me and stuff, but I'm not for it. Let me see what y'all are saying. Elise said Toronto extended till June 1st. Gift from Virgo said same here. Lilith said pandemic just means that multiple continents have cases. Laria said here in Massachusetts, is that Massachusetts? I think so. We'll start opening back up Tuesday. Schools closed until June 30th, maybe longer. Virtual online school for my daughter. Bling Girl said yes. My sister said Cali all summer. Ohio opening back up. Gift from Virgo said true. Angel said, I am a Gemini. I hate the mask rule with a hot passion. See what I'm saying? Geminis can't breathe with that mask. Lilith said, this illness ain't even worth the amount of restrictions. Rona ain't no Ebola, right? Tara said, hey, Rabina. Hi, everyone. Hey, Tara. Oh, happy birthday, Green Goddess. 421. Elise says so many stores have eviction notices and a lot of bankruptcies for restaurants and small business owners all over the city and Toronto. And see, just seeing the carnage that's being created off of this scare should cause people to start asking questions. And with Venus being in Gemini, this is a perfect time to really start asking questions like, why would they take such drastic measures and have the whole economy basically take a dive like this? Why are they so bent upon having these restrictions that are squeezing out small businesses? So you got to ask yourself, what is the hidden agenda, if there is one? I believe there's definitely one with this. Zayeth and Rome. Damn, you really making me use my brain with that name. I am Taurus and I cannot breathe for the life of me with a mask on. I don't know how other people do it. Did you mention something about that? Sorry, I just got here. I mentioned, the issues with the breathing. You might also have some energy in Gemini too. But I could see Taurus having a problem with that too. But you got a lot of Taurus, and I'm not trying to get down on Taurus, but I am going to be talking about some of the dark sides, dark manifestations of Taurus. One of the dark manifestations is Taurus can be too scary about stuff. So you're going to see a lot of Taurus people totally like freaked out about this whole thing, wearing masks even when they're driving in the car alone and shit, like being extra cautious with this. Elisa, no returns accepted here in Toronto. Oh, you like that Taurus goddess pick? Yeah, that's dope, isn't it? Yeah. Lil said people are dying from respiratory issues more than ever because everybody allegedly got the ether now, and the patients don't have it are getting the wrong treatments. Green Goddess said I have Venus and Gemini natal. Now I'm still gonna do my Venus and Gemini video that's coming up, but I knew I had extra time to do it because I was like, shit, Venus going retrograde. I'm gonna have plenty of time to get that Venus and Gemini video out. So I had put it on the back burner, but I'll definitely have it out before Venus leaves Gemini. I already had a dude from 6 years ago pop back in. Yes, that's going to happen with Venus retrograde. You're going to have some fool from the past hit you up, text you, call you, send you an email, send you some meme that's corny and shit, and you're going to be rolling your eyes. This is like a really eye roll type of Venus retrograde. But then again, you still may talk to this person because Gemini is very much about communication. You might be feeling a little bored or whatever. Next thing you know, he pop up in your text and you just start having that conversation. And then next month, you're going to be like, why did I give this fool the time of day again? And then you're going to block his ass. Xanthan Rum said, LOL, I got it from the ingredient Xanthan gum. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Xanthan, yeah. And for some reason, I thought about rum, so I put them together. Oh my God, my dad, he's so annoying. He wears 2 masks inside of his car. Damn, 2 masks? God damn. Oh, y'all, I gotta tell y'all. Oh, man. And this is very Taurus. Because I'm very familiar with Taurus energy because I got my South Node in Taurus. So this story that I'm about to tell y'all is very Taurus, especially Taurus South Node. Green Goddess said, this guy from my past hit me up, and it lasted all of 3 hours. He can kindly move on. Lady Shay said, not too worried about the mask, even though working at a grocery store, I have to, but I stay positive. That's all you can do right now is to stay positive. Tara, I'm still waiting for mine. I was thinking about contacting these people, but they didn't even let you know about the contact. Like, they didn't even give you a contact email or number. So you said your SBA loan email just came in. You was denied. I need the money for my small business. You know what? I applied for mine, and I'm still waiting to hear back. I applied back last month. I think on the 7th. But the last email I got from them, they were like, we're still processing your application. But that was like 2 weeks ago. I won't be surprised if they deny me too, but whatever. Ava said, my South Node is in Taurus and so is my Jupiter. That Taurus South Node is no joke. Lil said, I got all my exes blocked and deleted. I don't even see the bullshit. I hear you. I hear you. So, Tara, you applied on March 30th, so I'll probably be hearing back from them soon, too. That's good to know, Tara. Thank you. Because I could use a little extra. So, Moonlight Orange says, shit, I wear a scarf. My strong Capricorn energy making me cheap to purchase a mask. Sag Brown said they ran out of money. Oh, but no, they were approved for a whole nother stimulus. So the people that didn't get theirs, they are pulling from that second round. So they had even sent me an email saying that. Lady Shay said, as being a Taurus, why is it so hard with the dating? Look, let me tell you, see, I'm glad this is a perfect segue into my story because my Taurus South Node was messing me up. I couldn't even evolve towards my Scorpio North Node with this. So, okay, if y'all remember that last crossword puzzle I did, I was talking about, I was thinking about doing this study and I was going to use myself as the subject. And I was like, but I don't know if I'm going to continue on because already I'm like losing motivation and all this stuff. So I got this idea one day to do a study on myself just in terms of online dating, even though I have no desire to be in a relationship. So the fact that I have no desire to be in a relationship, I felt like it would be perfect research to do. So basically, I was just going to be chatting with some of these men online and I was going to get their birthday and I was just going to have a journal and record like what was my initial reaction and then point to what's in my chart and what's in the dude's chart, like what could be, facilitating the connection, what could be making the connection difficult, all that type of stuff. Well, I said it was going to be a month-long study. So I started on the 18th of last month. We got 3 days left of this study, and I haven't done a damn thing. I might have responded to 2 guys so far, and I can't bring myself to do it. And it's because of my Taurus South Node. Like, I'm like, first of all, I'm very superficial. So if you don't look the part, it's very hard. And then I had to keep telling myself, like, this is not for me personally. This is for a study. So the research study, that's my Scorpio North Node in the 10th house. But with my Taurus South Node in the 4th, I kept personalizing things and I kept on going off based upon what my personal standards would be. So I couldn't even respond to most of these dudes because they just wasn't doing it for me physically. So that was strike number 1. So I was like, all right, I'm struggling with this. And then because they were sending me like these canned pre-written messages. You know how on these dating sites you could just send a message that says, "Hi, I like your profile picture. Let's chat." So that's all they were like sending and stuff like that. Mind you, I got a lot of responses. I got a lot of flirts, all that type of stuff. So I had a large pool of dudes to do this study on, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. Then like in week 2, there was this one dude. He wasn't bad looking, y'all. I have to admit, he was kind of fine. So I was like, okay, he piqued my interest. So I was like, all right. So we started, messaging each other and stuff like that. Then, like on the week 2, he sent me this corny ass message. Mind you, guess what his sign was? Just take one guess what this dude's sign was. And when I saw that he was this sign, I already knew right away. There was no way that, let's say that I was really interested in this dude, knowing that he's this sign, there's no way I would be able to progress with him. So what sign do you think this guy was? The first guy that actually caught my attention and that I actually had some physical attraction to. Anybody guess? Y'all so quiet. Maybe it's delayed. Tara said Cancer. Angela said Gemini. Lovely said Sag. Nope, none of those so far. Rod said Pisces. Justin said Virgo. Ilnana said Pisces. Damn. Okay, Avis, you got it. Taurus. So again, my South Node's in Taurus. And the one dude that I think looks good and that I actually would give a chance to is a freaking Taurus. This dude had a stellium in freaking Taurus. And I'm like, here we go. Mind you, his Mars was squaring my Saturn. And it played out exactly the way that Mars square Saturn should play out because I shut this dude down quick because he sent me this corny ass joke. And with me being a Sagittarius, I'm like, you got to have a good sense of humor, like beyond the looks. You got to be able to make me laugh. So he sent me this corny ass joke that was like a paragraph long. Like it like took like 4 sentences to get to the punchline and shit. I was like, what the fuck is this? So the way I am, I couldn't even respond. I couldn't even bring myself to respond until like 2 days later. And then I was just like, LOL at joke. And then, so I was like, okay, I didn't even contact him after that. So then he sends me another message. And I say something oh, this is what I said. Because I'm just trying to make conversation for this research study. So I'm like, oh yeah, I was like, it's getting kind of hot here, isn't it? So he responds back and he's like, nah, it's not hot yet. But when it is, I know I'm gonna need some sunscreen. Talk about being turned off. I was like, sunscreen? That's what you thinking about? First of all, I have to admit, he was, very attractive, but he was that attractive type where you could tell women have told him that all his life. So the fact that he was talking about some sunscreen, I was like, oh, you think you one of them pretty ninjas, don't you? And that was immediately a turn off. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I didn't block him off of the whack joke, but I was like, that immediately like just turned me off and I was just ready to shut him down. Then when he mentioned the sunscreen, and that's so Taurus. Because, Taurus is all about being cautious and being all safe and secure and shit like that. Immediately I was turned off. Yes, he did say the sunscreen. I was like, that's the best you can do? So after that, I didn't respond at all. I couldn't respond. I was like, I can't even respond to this shit. So like 2 weeks went by. Then he pops up in the email again, well, the inbox on the dating site with a canned message. One of the messages that I was talking about where it says, "Hi, I like your profile picture. Let's chat." And I'm like, either he forgot that he initially messaged me or he's that freaking boring. And I'm sorry, one of the dark-sided manifestations of Taurus can be boring. He was that freaking boring that he couldn't even think of anything to say to get my interest. That just totally shut me down. I was like, I can't do this. So then another dude, I'm trying to think, what was this other dude's sign? I'm about to go to the website. This other dude, And I'm gonna tell you most of the signs that were reaching out to. A lot of cancers were reaching out to me. Wait a minute, let me see this. Then this other dude named I'm not gonna say his name, but anyway, they don't even know I have a YouTube channel and stuff, so it's not like that. But this other dude, I was like, okay, maybe I'll message him back or whatever. So this other dude, he was trying to get my phone number all quick. And I was like, I already know what you got on your mind. Cause I'm like, cause I'm like, if you want to get to know me, you could perfectly get to know me on the online first. So he was like, can I get your number? And I was like, because I wasn't planning on giving none of these fools my number. It was just going to be online for research purposes. So when he asked for my number, I was like, well, wait a minute. I was like, I would like us to chat online a little bit so we could get to know each other before I give out my number and all this stuff. And I was like, so tell me a little bit about yourself. And what he wrote, I don't even believe that shit. Let me read to y'all what he wrote. And again, I couldn't even respond. I just don't believe what he was saying. And y'all let me know if this sounds believable. Hold on, it's coming. Now I gotta tell y'all what his sign is too. Some of these dudes are so thirsty. And some of them are just so ugly. And see, that's my problem because with my Taurus South Node, I was too superficial. I couldn't even do it. Wait, I think I went past this. Hold on. Oh, that's right. He took down his profile picture for some reason. I was like, what do you got to hide? Probably because he's married or something. I bet you like 40% of these dudes are married on here. I can't even find it. Hold on. So I got a lot of Aries flirting with me. I had a lot of Cancers. I had a lot of was it Libras? This Alfred 333 keeps on I'm like, you need to just calm down. Oh, that dude probably deleted his profile because I can't even see him. Yeah, something looked like it wasn't right with him either. But yeah, whatever. I can't find it. But yeah, I was trying to do this study for y'all. I couldn't do it. My Taurus South Node would not let me jump over to that Scorpio North Node. Yeah, it was for research purposes because I don't have no desire to be with these men. Trust me. So I was like, let me do this research study. You know what? His wife probably did find it, Latasha. Wait, let me see what some of y'all are saying. Yes, it was Queen of Swords mode, Tara, for real. Il Nana said, my South Node is in Gemini. I have never found Gemini men attractive. My dad is a Gemini, though. He probably the only attractive Gemini I know, and only because he's my dad. Latasha said Taurus in their wild breath. You know that one Taurus breath was kicking. The one talking about the sunscreen. I'm like, where's the Listerine? Avis said, the same thing happened to me. I went on one date with a guy I met online. We had a good dinner and conversation, but no spark. All right, let's see. I can't deal with a boring pretty boy. Blocked immediately. Ava said one of my most serious relationships was with a Taurus. Me too, and I won't do that again. But see, that's because my South Node's in Taurus, so they're just not good for me. And his Chiron in Taurus was right on my South Node. I was like, ill. I'm gonna tell you how that would have manifested. So if I would have gave this fool a chance with his Chiron on my South Node in Taurus, first of all, he would have been getting attached to me all quick. He would have been trying to play it cool, right? But then as soon as he would have got the nookie, he would have got all attached and possessive and shit like that. And then I would have been hurting his feelings and shit. And then let's say if we got serious and got into a relationship, he would be, doing fine with the money and stuff. But then as soon as we start living together, this fool want to conveniently lose his job and shit. And now I'm stuck having to carry his ass financially. I already know how that shit's going to turn out. So, no. Yes, it was research purposes. Ava said I turned off my dating profile because I was getting tired of the small talk and difficult conversations. These men don't have no personality online, it seems. Green Goddess said the married ones always do that. Lady Shay said we usually are. By the way, I was married to a Sagittarius and got along well with him. So sometimes the signs really don't matter. Well, no. It'll be something else in the chart, some other signs that are compatible with yours, and that's what'll make it work. Lilith said Leo men can be too harsh when approaching they could turn you off quickly. But then once they get you, it's like they're not going to really fight to keep you unless it's really about this competition where it's all in their face. Capable man said, maybe I'm an exception to the rule, but my birthday is May 12th. Happy belated birthday, Cape. Oh, and you're a capable man. What's that mean? How capable are you? Are you capable of giving a woman multiple orgasms? Are you that type of capable? Okay, let me see. He said, I'm not safe at all. I was a pro MMA fighter. What you got in Virgo? I ride a crotch rocket and my average speed 150 plus. I regularly take chances. Okay, that's the type of Taurus I like. But it's because part of it is because you're a 12. And 12s can be very adventurous because that's like Sagittarius energy. And with you being a 12, I'm pretty sure you're quite capable. You probably ain't lacking where you need to be packing. All right, let's see. Green Goddess said, my North Node in Leo. I adore Leo men, but they think I'm boring with rising Aquarius ass. I'm not too fond of Leo men. Yeah, I think he was married. Yup. And hey, what's up, Indigo? Indigo said, yes, let's drag those stubborn ass Taurus. Just know, Jessica, that Chiron can bring the pain. I always say Chiron is like that knucklehead from the hood that will shoot up a whole block, don't care who is out, don't care if there's a little baby in a stroller, don't care if there's a grandma coming from the corner store. On the negative end, that's how Chiron can do. But Chiron has some positive manifestations too, like, the most general, most popular is the healer and all that stuff. But Chiron can also deal with what makes you exceptional. Like if you got Chiron and Scorpio, you could be exceptional sexually. Hey, Halfers. Let's talk about sex, baby. Hey, Lady Shay. So your birthday's tomorrow. Happy birthday. You gonna be 44? I'm 44. Yes, you in that grown woman's club. Welcome. You know what? Being in your 40s is pretty damn good. I like it. Lady Shay said, what's the T on May 17th? That 17 is good for business, good for career. It's good for material success in general. Can be kind of hard on love because you can attract men that are going to be very deceptive, liars, cheats, might have some woman on the side, might even, be one of those type that's kind of like a moocher. But he won't appear that way at first. Mega Man said, are Taurus women and Libra women similar? Only in terms of like the artistic side, really. Other than that, they're not too similar. I always teach my students about how Taurus and Libra clash, and we're going to get into that tonight too. Lady Shay said, thank you, and I look good, y'all. Well, you a Taurus. A lot of Taurus look good. That's one of your blessings, is beauty. The men and the women a lot of times are very pleasing on the eyes, so I will definitely give Taurus that. And that's what I mean. That Taurus dude that contacted me, he first got me with his looks. So he fit right into that Taurus South Node in my chart. Lady Shay said, you ain't lying about the deception. Oh, if anybody would like a one card tarot reading, you can either cash at me a $5 or more donation. Here's my cash app. or you can do a super chat of at least $5, and then you can post your question. Oh my God, Akeda, are you still in here? Because I watched that 40. What is it, 90 Day Fiance, or is it 90 Day Fiance? Because I really don't. I usually don't watch that show, but I saw clips of that one with that. What is his big no neck Ed and that Filipino girl? Oh my God. You want to talk about entertaining? Has anybody seen that with the big no neck Ed? I think I got his birthday, y'all. So I was going to look at his chart too. And guess what? He's a Taurus. And he don't have a neck. Taurus rules the neck. How the fuck is that possible? Big Ed, no neck Taurus, don't have a neck. And Taurus rules the neck. So I didn't even look at his chart. I just pulled it. I didn't even look at it. So I'm wondering what the hell is going on in that chart that would make a Taurus not have a goddamn neck. That's a crime for a Taurus. Hey, Edward, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Chiron and Taurus. You could have money problems. You could have issues with your self-esteem. Like wounds to your self-esteem could have been inflicted upon you. You may not have a neck. No, I'm just playing. You might have problems with your neck. You might get throat infections with that Chiron and Taurus. You might have to get your tonsils taken out. Happy, happy birthday, baby. Capable Man said, why are Taurus, me and particularly May 12th, so damn sensitive? That's because you're Venus ruled. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm all man, but I get my feelings hurt pretty easily. My last ex was a Gemini. Oh my God, her words. Yeah, Gemini and Taurus, that's not really a good match. And for that reason, Gemini is too free with the mouth. And Taurus likes, especially Taurus men. Taurus men like their women to be a little reserved. So with my Taurus ex, me being a Sagittarius, he would be, I'll say he was a bit put off by some of my behavior at times, because Sagittarius can be wild. So he wasn't used to me. Like he wasn't ready for me. I'll say that. The thought of it said, my daughter is a Taurus and she has no neck. God damn. Taurus with no neck. That is a crime. Mega Man said Taurus and Libra relationships are better as bi lesbian couples. Other than that, it's horrible. Are you a woman, Mega Man? How would you know about the bi lesbian couples? Edward said, I'm a Taurus, Sun, Capricorn, Moon, Virgo, rising. All of those signs aren't good for Gemini. Damn. Wait a minute. You're not the one that had the Gemini chick. That was Capable Man. Edward. Okay. So Edward has a. God damn, all that earth? Damn, Edward. I know you walk heavy. Well, no, you're a Virgo rising, so maybe you might be a little light on your feet. But yeah, that's a lot of earth. God damn. But with all that earth, you probably know how to put it down in the bedroom, though. You be putting that bitch in the grave. Digging all up in her and shit. He's like, I'm gonna bury you, bitch. Get over here. Oh, Edward said, I am a knife house son. Have you done a lot of traveling, Edward? It's getting hot in here. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. Perfect Escape said, is Taurus more compatible with Pisces or Cancer? Both of those signs are good for Taurus. But I would say Cancer is more compatible because both of them got that food connection. So going out to eat or cooking with each other and all that stuff, that'll be the glue that keeps those two signs together. And both of them are very security oriented. Oh, I heard a Cash App. So whoever sent me a Cash App, thank you, and post your question in the chat. Justice says, at the thought of me, not me, I'm a Taurus moon. Hey, Il Nana, post your question. Thank you so much. Il Nana. That always makes me think of Foxy Brown. Didn't she have an album called Il Nana, or a song? Hey, NYC Black Honey. Edward said, I'm dating a Libra woman. Okay. How's that working out? Okay, I got you, Il Nana. Post your question when you get a chance. Lovely Gardenia said, Pisces men drain me. She said, Cancer is better. Candy is so tacky. The thought of it, you ain't telling no lies. And I'm surprised her being a Taurus, but she got something that makes her tacky. Wait, let me pull up her chart real quick. She's a good Taurus to talk about. She got something in her chart that does make her tacky, because that decor in her home and shit, that bright pink shit, look like bubblegum couch. That's not Taurus. Taurus don't get down like that. Where's she at? Candy Burrows. Here she go. She's a 17, May 17th. Let me see. What is that? She got Mars and Leo. That Mars and Leo can make her overly dramatic with, design and stuff. She got Uranus and Scorpio opposing her Taurus South Node. That could contribute to that tackiness. But yeah, she is not one of those. But she's all about those coins, and that's very Taurus. So Lizzo is a Taurus. Taurus are kind of shallow in general. That is. Thank you for the super chat. Who is that? That is. Post your question if you have one. Thank you for the super chat. Let me click on that. Oh, Jessica B. So Jessica B said, Hey, Rabina, I'd like to know more about what Saturn opposition Scorpio ascendant means. I just rewatched your Venus and Taurus video, and you scared me because you said that caused aging badly in this girl's chart. It can. It can in some cases, but in other cases, it can mean that people may try to wield too much authority over you. It can also cause you to be guarded in terms of relationships where you might be single for a long time. It could deal with where there's an imbalance of responsibility with respect to a relationship. Also, it can produce some health problems. So your Saturn's in Taurus opposing your Scorpio ascendant. That can, number one, make you kind of sluggish in terms of elimination. So I don't know if you be dealing with constipation every now and then. And it could deal with the type of food you're eating. But there could be a serious problem if Saturn's in your seventh house. That could be a serious problem in terms of in a relationship. Person's values may not be aligned with yours. Elise said the green god is not on Cancer, man. Unfortunately, his Mars was in Cancer, which is bad. Maybe that's why it was trash. Also, have you had jobs where you were like overworked? Where it was like you had no time, personal time for yourself? Hey, Lilo. Hey, millionaire. Millionaire said Taurus woman can sometimes overdo their makeup. Wait a minute, Il Nana. Did you wait a minute, you said my question is Quantum Vius interested in me? What kind of name is that? Quantum Vius? Okay, I'm not asking no questions about that. Is Quantum Vius interested in me? This sure is the age of Aquarius with that name. If I think of more Jessica B, I probably will. I'll let you know if I think of more offhand. But that could definitely deal with an imbalance of financial responsibility. That could deal with issues with your father, too. So, you want to know, is Quanta Viets interested in me? I love questions like this. You got the Nine of Cups. Now, that Nine of Cups is a tricky card because on the surface, and Taurus is very much about the surface, even though the Nine of Cups is a Pisces card. That Nine of Cups is very tricky. Now, when I see that Nine of Cups in relation to a question like yours, matter of fact, this came up the other day when my daughter needed help with this reading she was doing. And I was like, you know how people will say, wait a minute, Tracism said Quante Viets. So, thank you, Edward, for the super chat. You know how people will sit back and be like, I'm good. Nah, I'm good. That's what I get when I see that Nine of Cups. So I see him saying, nah, I'm good, meaning he's not that into you. If you get what I'm saying. So if he hasn't really been showing you a lot of attention, that's why. He could just be tolerating you. He could just be sitting back where you are one of a few, but where he's pretty much good. So I'm not going to say he doesn't have any interest in you, but I'm going to say it's not enough interest in you for you to be able to, for him to be all, trying to pursue you like that. If you catch my drift. Thank you for your super chat, Edward. Edward said, which house system do you use? For natal charts, I use Placidus. For horary charts, I either use Coke or Regiomontanus. But Placidus is hands down my favorite house system. Scorpio Forever said, oh, you talking to millionaire? Elise said, Quinn visited. Ooh, man, y'all, this is some Venus and Gemini shit, because y'all really making me, try to pronounce these words. Elise Quavinzene Wallace. Hey, Jules, you're not late at all. I've only been live for 46 minutes, and you know how long I can go. Capable Man said, I know at least dozen Taurus men, none are DL, all very straight. So, Capable Man, you think Taurus men would be the least likely to be gay of all the signs? I'll say they'll be least likely to show it on the surface because Taurus can make it very much about looking good on the surface, even though they got some stuff that you don't want to know about. I'm not saying that I'm not disagreeing with you and stuff, but yeah. But I will say Taurus is not a sign that's conducive to homosexuality. Just in general, astrologically, it's not. All right, so let's. So, has anybody? Oh, somebody sent me a cash app. Fatima, what's your question? Thank you, Fatima. Wait a minute, who's DL? And wait, did anybody hear me when I was talking about this big neck, this no neck ad? Has anybody seen this? Lilith said Taurus can carry weight well. I agree. Lilith. Real Blackula, that sun in Cancer in the ninth can mean like international travel. It can also mean that, you need to be more or exercise more freedom when it comes to your family. It can mean that, you're very much about religion that is esteeming the feminine energy. You could be very much into honoring ancestors with that energy. You could be very much about multiculturalism. The thought of it said Taurus women are horrible dressers. Not all of them. I think a lot of them are nice dressers. A lot of earth signs are pretty good in bed. Scorpio Forever said, "Oh yes, that food with Taurus is so true. My father has introduced me to so many restaurants and good food." All right, Fatima, where are you? Hey, Laval. Hey, Denise. Yeah, I don't think Candy is a bad dresser, but I don't like the way she decorates her home. And oh my God, when she did that, what was it? It was the baby shower. It was the baby shower she had for her child that she had via surrogate. First of all, I didn't like how she was egging the girl that was pregnant with her baby. Seemed like she was egging her all night. And then when Candy had on that sequin dress, but then had some sneakers on because I guess her feet were hurting, I was like, that is so tacky. What she should have did was just change. See, this is my Venus and Libra talking. I can't tolerate stuff like that. What she should have did was instead of wearing that dress, she should have changed it to something more comfortable and had the sneakers on. I was like, what kind of mess is this? And then, like, did anybody see that? I guess nobody saw the thing with the 90 Day Fiance, so I can't even talk about it if nobody knows what I'm talking about. Where are you at, Akeda? Because Akeda was the one who wanted me to talk about it. All right. Gift from Virgo said Taurus women are so loving. Love that about them. The men are a different story. The thought of it said Taurus women are so tacky. It's nauseating. Capable man said I get no complaints in bed. Yeah, I thought you were capable. Uh-huh. Oh, here you go. Temple of Black Eroticism. I'm Fatima. Can you tell me about my love life? I have an Aries that I feel is my soulmate, but he's an alcoholic, and I left him, but he is still in my life somewhat. I'm also talking with a Taurus. So I'm gonna pull a card to represent the overall theme of your love life. I hope you're done with that alcoholic for good. So what is the overall theme of your love life? And thank you for the cash app. I got the Six of Swords, which means that relationships are not likely to last long term. I got a donation from Theodore. Send me your question when you get a chance. Thank you. But you can look at it as being in a state of transition, being in relationships. So you might find that when one ends, another one quickly begins. It's going to be very hard to have stability and security in a relationship. And you need to think about going in a different direction than what you have been doing with these men. So if you've been dating the same type of men, regardless of their sign, if you're seeing that there's some common themes and common denominators with these men, you need to go in a different direction. So keep that in mind and just also know that, death in terms of a relationship is inevitable with you. So you got to make the most of what you could get out of these men for the time being and then move on. And you have to be okay with moving on. And don't ever go back to some ex like that Aries. Just keep moving forward. When one relationship ends, don't go back. Keep moving forward. Keep on moving, don't stop. No. Keep on moving. That's your song for today. Soul to soul, keep on moving. Me and my life away. What's the longest relationship you ever been in, Temple? Yellow is color of sun rays. Well, that's good that they're all different because that is very Six of Swords, and that's basically your purpose: variety, not getting stuck in a rut with anybody, keeping it moving, and not taking any of these guys seriously. Thank you, Glory B. Glory B said Libra, Moon, Sun, Venus, and Mercury, they are all in the 12th. What does that mean? Well, when you're talking about Libra, you're talking about relationships. So you might find yourself in a relationship where you're playing the role of the martyr or the savior, this is also good for artistic expression as well. So you might be an artist in some type of way. You might be into music, dance. That's really good for that. But also, if you wanted to be a mental health counselor, that'd be good for that too. But relationship wise, this could be challenging. So with somebody with that energy, that stellium and Libra in the 12th, I would always say go after the type of partners that can take care of you and want to take care of you. Even if you can take care of yourself, those are the ones you should go after, because your other option is to attract partners who want to be taken care of in some way. They will look to you to be a source of refuge. They will look to you to take pity on them. A lot of them will be coming with some sob story. Some of them could be married when you first meet them and keep it a secret, and then you find out later, oh my God, he's married. What do I do? So always know that there could be some type of lies, deception, secrecy going on in a relationship with that 12th house Libra stellium. But then also, like I said, you could look up, get a really good partner who's going to take care of all your needs, shelter you from any type of threat of poverty or whatever. So always know with each of these hookups, you always got two options. Sometimes you have more than two options. Ilnana said, my question is, what do you think I should be prepared for, being that my Saturn return is coming and it's 22 degrees Aquarius, 7th house? Oh, you got a little while for that. Thank you for the cash app. So you said, what do I think I should be prepared for, being that my Saturn return is coming and it's 22 degrees Aquarius? Well, that 22nd degree is going to reinforce that Aquarius energy, or you could say it's going to compound it. So you need to be, this is like basically you need to expect the unexpected. And you need to be prepared for any sudden and unexpected changes that will befall you, especially in terms of work and career. So, for instance, you could be out of a job with that Saturn return, and it could be through no fault of your own. Also, you could be in a situation with a friend where that friend is trying to be too domineering and trying to wield too much control over you. So that could be a problem. Also, someone you know could die suddenly. I'm not trying to put a dark cloud over your head with that, but just prepare for the worst and expect the best. So with that, because that 22nd degree, that could deal with the sudden death of someone that you know, whether it's a friend or a loved one. Oh, Marcus. Thank you, Marcus, for your cash app. Let me try to find your question. Marcus. Let me go back up. I just saw Boomerang the other night too, so when I saw that part with Eartha Kitt, she was like, Marcus. I was like, I love that part. All right, let me go back up. Where you at? Where you at? Still trying to find it. Oh, here you go. Thank you, Marcus, for your super chat. So Marcus said, if I order a video chart reading from you, can we do it? Can we not do it on Zoom? I'm a little insecure about my looks right now due to my underbite. Also, can you post the video on your channel? By all means. Yeah, you don't have to be present at all, but if you want to be present on Zoom, all you have to do is not have your camera on. That's all you got to do. And you won't be showing at all. And then we could do it that way, or we could do it where you just order the reading and I do it all by myself using PowerPoint, looking at your chart, and it'll be via Zoom, but you won't be there at all. Like for instance, I got one coming up soon that I'm going to be posting on Sunday for one of my clients, where I'm going to be doing that natal chart, just like how I did Gary's, like I think it was like 2 years ago or whatever. It's going to be like that one, the one that I'm going to be uploading on Sunday. So, Beverly, you just sent me a cash app. Thank you very much. Wait a minute, I think you did post a question. Let me see. And if I missed anybody with their question, Just let me know that you cashed at me or sent me a super chat and then repost your question. So Beverly said, am I going to find a nice house within a year? Oh, I like these questions, especially when it has a time frame in there. All right. In my house, so when you need some love and tenderness. Oh, I'm gonna get to you, Avis. Thank you for your cash app. And it's me, baby, that you miss. Here's the key to unlock the door. So, Beverly wants to know if she gonna find a nice house within a year. In my house. Oh, I got the Five of Swords. That's not indicative of finding a nice house. That's you could get a house with that Five of Swords, but you would almost be forcing the issue if you're trying to do it within a year, and I'm almost certain you're not going to be happy with that purchase. So I'm looking at beyond a year it's going to take. You were very generous with your donation, so I'm going to look at the next year. Will you be able to get a nice house within the next 2 years? Oh, Zayat and Rum says it, no neck Ed. So you know who I'm talking about. Yes, with the 23-year-old Filipino. Yes, let's talk about that. He had the nerve to be arrogant with that no neck. So I'm looking, Beverly, to see within 2 years from now. Because that Five of Swords, that's not good. Because Tarot, I had this relationship with Tarot where they're going to be more straight up than that. Like, they're going to let me know, like, if it was a nice house, I would have got something like the Ten of Cups or the Four of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. They wanted to give me the Five of Swords. And I was like, oh no. That's like very blatant saying no. Alright, so we're looking within 2 years. Okay. I'm satisfied with that. I got the World card. Let me write that. The World card. So that's a yes. Because the world is about achievement. And the world is about completion of something that you have been striving towards. It's about success. So yes, that's a yes. Oh, y'all being extra generous tonight. All right. Somebody else sent me a so Marcus, I answered your question. Hey, the return of nigga Jesus AD. No, he didn't say, what does Mars and Virgo in the 11th house mean? And no, I'm not gay. Well, if you have a question like that, send me a donation via Super Chat or Cash App. Because I can't answer everybody's question tonight. So I'm going to have to prioritize. Yes, Indigo Marcus. I'm not wearing any panties. And Marcus Graham, he hit that, man. Oh, yeah. Grace Jones part. You turn down this pussy? You're not gay. My brother's gay. And he's gay. And they're gay. Strong J. Strong J, girl. Strong J. Mega Man said, do you think Gemini season will be canceled as well? What do you mean? Thank you, Lady Shay. Lady Shay says she loves when I sing. Thank you. That's my Taurus South Node in the 4th house. I love to sing. If you see me at home, if you catch me on a regular day, if I walk into the kitchen, I'm most likely singing a song. Pisces Moon said, no neck Ed told that girl her breath stink too. Yes, he did, Pisces Moon. I was like, yo. But I think he said that. Now, her breath probably was a little funky. But the way he made it seem, I was like, I think you exaggerate a little. And she was like, I got the ulcer. She was like, I got the ulcer. I was like, oh, wow, that's messed up. She had a freaking ulcer. Oh, thank you, A. McKinney. Did you post your question? She was like, I'm angry. I still didn't get her accent down right. She was like, I'm angry. Sound like she got a Jolly Rancher stuck in her throat. I'm angry at you. Hey, Maria. Millionaire said no neck Ed was treating that poor girl like trash. The nerve of him. That's because he knows he's trash. So he's going to go after some young girl from the Philippines that don't have a pot to piss in, and so he could feel superior. That's what that's about. I'm about to break down his chart in a minute. I hope this is the right birthday. Madi said, thank you for your super chat. Will I meet my husband this year? Oh, that's a good question. Let's see how the cards are going to react to this. Edward said, if I have a ninth house sun, thank you for your super chat. Is that the same as a Sagittarius sun? In some ways, yes, it is. It will have similar themes, like it could deal with travel, education, spirituality, like the fact that you're on this live chat right now. Very ninth house sun, because you got that love for spiritual knowledge. So Madi wants to know, will she meet her husband this year? Do you have a list in terms of what you are seeking in a husband? I feel like it's important to write a list just so you put it out to the universe what your expectations are. Now your universe may not give you what you totally want, but I firmly believe in, basically what's the word? Ordaining what you want. So you got the Tower card, Madi. So that's a no. You're not going to meet your husband this year. The Tower card is a card of disappointment. So it's a card of like bust, striking out. It's not happening this year. Sorry about that. But then again, it's probably for your own good. Because you just may not be ready. And your husband, he just may not be ready. He may not be ready to meet you. I'm about to lay down. Because y'all can't see me. Oh, let's get into, let's talk about this Ed No Neck. Protect your neck. Oh my God. So he is, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a picture of Ed, No Neck Ed, so y'all can get an idea. I'm gonna put a face to the name. And he's 4'11". He lied about his height to this woman. I gotta get a good one. He lied about his height. Oh my God, but the funniest part was when he had to take a shower with the dad when he was in the Philippines, and then that rat was in the corner. That rat. Oh my God. Of course I can't find a good picture of him. Alright, this is pretty good right now. Yeah, but this dude, he has the nerve to be arrogant the way he looks. Alright, let me. Thank you, Akia. Oh, and somebody else. I'm gonna get back to y'all. Hold on. I just gotta put a picture up here. Alright, it should be coming up soon. Oh, let me close out this black. Ugh. Okay, it should be coming up soon. Alright, A. McKinney, where you at? Thank you, Return of the Nigga Jesus. I'll get to you in a minute. That's Ed. No, that's No Neck Ed, and that's, what was the girl's name? A. McKinney said, did my friend get pregnant by mistake, or was this pregnancy planned? She just had a baby last year, and neither her nor her partner had a job or car. Now, a year later, she slipped up again. Damn. What's your friend's sign, A. McKinney? So you want to know if she got pregnant by mistake or was the pregnancy planned? Damn, this is some hot tea. Oh, thank you, Marty, for explaining that. I thought that was a different currency. What type of currency is that? Is that Australian dollar? No, I don't think that's Australian dollars, is it? So A. McKinney said, did my friend get pregnant by mistake or was this pregnancy planned? Thank you, Bling Girl. Hmm. I got the Seven of Wands card. Let me type this in here. That Seven of Wands, I'm sorry, the person knows what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing with that Seven of Wands card. So I'm saying this was no mistake. This was something, I'm not even going to say it was planned so much, but it was more so, I'm not going to protect myself. I'm not going to get on the pill. I'm not going to do this because if I have another child, that's going to make me be in a more position of advantage. That Seven of Wands is a position of advantage. So it looked like she wanted to get pregnant. Despite not having jobs, despite not having a car, I don't see that being a slip. Look, the Seven of Wands don't slip up. The Seven of Wands is very sure of what they're doing. I would even say that she was the one initiating the sex a lot of times so that she could ensure that she would get pregnant. So you say you figure that? Yup, you figured right. Yeah, I would be looking at my friend sideways, like, for real? Because somebody said this saying, I got this off of some movie or something. But she was like, my daddy said, you make a mistake. No, she said something like, first time it's a mistake. The second time it's a habit. So you could look at it that way. Jules Verne said, procreation should be licensed. I feel you. I mean, you need a license to get married. Damn. The only thing is you can't control who gets pregnant. That's the problem. Some people just like their life to be full of drama. And that Seven of Wands is very much a drama card. Moonlit Orange said they don't work and having babies. Best believe they aren't getting the stimulus check. A. McKinney said the first child doesn't even have a room. She sleeps in the den. Wow. What's your friend's sign? Wait a minute. Did you tell me what her sign was? Hold up. Oh, she's a Cancer. Oh, them Cancers. Some of them like having a lot of kids because it feels like a security blanket to them. And they'll do that to keep a man. At least well, I'm going to call it ether babies. That's a good question, Kate After Dark. I should pull her chart. Let me see if I have it in my files. Grace Jones is very eccentric to be a Taurus. So when you got them Taurus that are eccentric like that, you do got to ask yourself, okay, what is this person working with? I don't think I have her already loaded. You got to ask yourself, what is this person working with? What else are they working with to make them eccentric? Because Taurus is the antithesis to eccentricism. Centrism, that would be Aquarius. All right, where are you at? So of course they don't have Grace Jones loaded in my automatic files. Let me just pull her up real quick. Rathi, what's up? Rathi said little people in India are already doing that nonsense. Doing what? Alright. But y'all see No Neck Ed, right? Grace Jones. I'm gonna just pull her up on Astro Theme, so I don't even gotta pull the chart. Because we gotta get into this Taurus situation. And then if anybody else sent me a Cash App or Super Chat, please let me know. Oh, Bling Girl, you just sent me one. Thank you very much. Post your question. All right, so Grace Jones. Mm. Well, she's a Sagittarius rising. That can make her extraordinary and exotic and different. Then she has her Mercury conjoined to Uranus and Gemini. There it is right there. That's what makes her so eccentric. She got Mercury conjunct Uranus in Gemini. That's all you need to be that type of person, like how she is. And that points to her being androgynous. She has that androgynous look. And then she got Moon conjoined to Neptune. Oh no, that's too wide for a conjunction. But Neptune is conjoined to her midheaven though. That points to her music career, but that also points to her being all decked out in those costumes and stuff. She got Saturn conjoined to Pluto and Leo. Very dramatic, intense with it. All right. Uh-oh. Okay. Was I buffering? Hey, Green Goddess. Green Goddess said I was born 4/21/80. Do you see me meeting someone new? Been single for a while now. So I'm going to look between now and next year. Thank you for your super chat, Green Goddess. I'm about to take him off of here because I can't stand looking at that face. And again, it's not just the outside. On the inside, he's an asshole. So you said, do you see me meeting someone new? I'm going to look at between now and May of 2021. Oh, I got the Queen of Cups. You into dating women? No, I'm just playing. That Queen of Cups can deal with where you do meet somebody new and where you do have feelings for this person and where this person, is cherishing you. So, looks like that's a yes. Because that Queen of Cups, like, that's almost like wifey status. Jessica, thank you for your super chat. Jessica said, what indicates being ugly in the birth chart? Well, you could have Saturn in hard aspect to the ascendant. James Brown has it. That says it all. Um, Saturn could be rising in some cases. Um, Sometimes Scorpio rising with some planets like Chiron and Scorpio near the ascendant can do it. Sometimes strong Capricorn energy can do it. Um, Aquarius energy. Speaking of Aquarius energy, we got to get into this chick's chart too. Speaking of ugly, matter of fact, let me get a picture so I can show y'all who I'm talking about. But we got to get into Big Ed first. All right. Let me get into Big Ed, but please don't let me forget about this one ugly chick because she's a perfect example. I'll pull her chart and I'll tell you exactly what's in her chart to make her ugly like that. But I don't have her birth time. Oh, that's right. Return of the nigga Jesus. Y'all on fire tonight. Oh shoot, Glory B said, am I getting pregnant next year? Do you have somebody that's going to get you pregnant? You said, am I getting pregnant next year? If you do get pregnant, you having that sun in the 12th house in Libra, that's going to be a precious little baby. You ain't going to let that baby out of your sight. You got the Page of Swords. Let me write that down. That's a no. Your ovaries said no. They was like, not this year. I mean, not next year. Okay, the return of the nigga Jesus. You sent me a super chat, I think. And then I think somebody sent me a cash app, so I'll get to you. You said, what does Mars and Virgo in the 11th house mean? I used to live in South Phoenix near the Cesar Chavez Park. I know exactly where that is. So Mars and Virgo, 11th house. So number one, that's really good for martial arts. So you might be taking martial arts class or be into that, or even boxing. Like that Mars and Virgo alone. 11th house can deal with what you're interested in, what your hobbies are. That Mars and Virgo is also good for being like some type of technician, especially dealing with IT, which is very 11th house. Also, Mars and Virgo in the 11th can make you very experimental sexually, where you could be the type of guy that doesn't mind when your woman pulls out some sex toys and stuff like that, and you're going to be more, what's the word? I'll say more receptive to different things sexually. And of course, I'm not saying gay because I know you put that out there, but I'll say you could be more receptive than other men that don't have that placement. Also, this can deal with where you have a really good friend that helps you out in your time of need when you really need that type of help. So you might have just that one friend in particular that's really solid that you can always depend on for help if you were to ever need it. You could also make some friends in the workplace as well really easily with that Mars and Virgo in the 11th house. What else could that do? Oh, let me think. Oh, that's very good for alternative health, especially in terms of like healing yourself. So, you learning about alternative health in terms of like you may go online and find out information about different herbs and stuff like that, different remedies. So, you could be very much into that as well. Who? Oh, yeah, that dude puts mayo in his hair. All right, let me look. Okay, so he's ugly too. So, he probably has an ugly aspect. But again, I don't know his time of birth, so I'm not sure. Oh, excuse me. All right, let me see. Did somebody post another question? I can't wait to read the replay see the replay and read these comments because I can't read them all. Scorpio Forever said, yes, I dealt with a Cancer man. I'm sure since I ghosted him, he's getting his Virgo baby mama pregnant. Jules said, if a Taurus is not lazy, you have to consider it. If it's a gift from God, it's one from the other side. All right, let's see. Rathy said, Rob, we Taurus are just dealing with Uranus, so we can't help being weird, being the weird freaky right now. Yeah, that Uranus is going to bring it out. It's going to bring out the freak in you. What must I say? What must I do to show how much I think about freaking you? Oh my God, y'all remember Jodeci? I love me some Jodeci. See, some of y'all youngins ain't gonna remember Jodeci because Jodeci ruled the 90s. They came before Jagged Edge, and I love me some Jagged Edge. But damn it, oh my God. Who's with me on the Jodeci? Y'all remember? Forever, my lady. It's like a dream. I'm holding you close. You're keeping me warm. If this is ecstasy. All right, let me get into this dude's chart. Big Ed. Okay, so I found the birth date online, April 28th, 1965. I think that's right, but I can't be sure, so we don't know. Now, okay, off the bat, off the rip, he got a stellium in Virgo, Mars, Uranus, Pluto. That alone can produce, I'm not even going to say ugly yet, but that could produce a weird looking face. And he does have a weird looking face. So let's put that, or you could even say a weird looking head. And his head is shaped funny. Yes, you love Jodeci too? Yes. We got to get into this Andre Harrell too, because he died recently. Oh, yeah. Remember, they always be like, oh, yeah. And you know who was my favorite in that group in terms of looks? Devontae. But Devontae is cracked out now. He done went crazy. But Devontae was the most talented one out of that group. And he was sexy as hell. He actually looked like my daughter's father, actually. Just a light-skinned version. Forever, my lady. It's like a dream. I'm holding you close. You're keeping me warm. Now, he got Sun conjoined to Venus, so he needs a woman bad. Now, okay, this is a damn shame. Oh, I see it. I see why he don't have a neck, y'all. So he got Sun conjoined to Venus in Taurus. You would think that would produce a nice, very attractive neck, right? But not when your Sun and Venus are opposed to Neptune and Scorpio. That took away his neck. Neptune and Scorpio took away his neck. Huh? His neck. because Neptune dissolves things. So there it is right there. Yes, forever, my lady. What other song did they sing? I used to love Fiendin'. Girl, I'm fiending for you. He used to live with Prince briefly. I don't ever mind. That was my shit. So hold me tight. Look him up, Angel. Look up some recent pictures of Devontae. He even went into a store and was acting a fool. So, oh, Devontae could have got it back then. So hold me tight, and girl, I'm alright. But you know who I love voiced the best? JoJo. I feel like JoJo had the best voice. Okay, I heard something again. I'm scared. Come and talk to me. Yes, Cyril. I really wanna meet you. The NYC said it's no neck at your door. That would be a straight up nightmare. So now we know the mystery of him having no neck. He got Sun conjoined to Venus. It's really that Venus opposition Neptune because Venus rules the neck, Taurus rules the neck. And then when you got Neptune and Scorpio, Scorpio deals with death or, things that, are just taken away, things that get destroyed. So yeah, Neptune and Scorpio did a job on that boy's neck. God damn. And that can be indicative of a disability. I think he does have a disability. KC is ugly. He looked like a gremlin. Alright, let me see what else with this big Ed. Okay, so the fact that he has that Sun conjoined to Venus, he is very much into beauty. So he's like the classic Beauty and the Beast story, except that he doesn't turn into that beautiful, that good-looking king. He remains the Beast. Oh, Bling Girl. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me answer your question. Let me scroll back up. I must be talking loud because my neighbor is walking extra loud upstairs. Serves him right because he's always making noise. You can stomp all you want, punk ass bitch. All right, let's see. Bling Girl. So you said Bling Girl. Where do you see my business going in the next 2 years? Is my recently deceased dad with? Oh, girl, you slid in 2 questions. I see what you did there. No, you did send me $10. Thank you. Bling Girl said, "Where do you see my business going in the next 2 years?" All right. So first, let me do that one. Oh, girl, you got the Empress. Let me type that in there. That is good. That is growth. That is flourishing. I like that word for the Empress. Your business is going to be flourishing. It's going to be experiencing a nice growth, you could say. That Empress is very much about abundance. It's very much about things being done right. It's very much about being in a very comfortable position. So you can't ask for a better card when it comes to business like that. And the one of the key words for the Empress is productivity. So you can expect your business to be very productive, more than it even is now. All right. So you said something about your dad. Hold on. This dude wanted to throw a temper tantrum upstairs. I wish I knew his sign. He must have something in Aries because he has a big old blockhead. That head is so heavy he can't even hold his head up straight. All right. Wait, I'm trying to find your question again. I lost it. All right, you said I asked. All right, it's up here somewhere. Let me hurry up and get this man's picture off of here. Because I basically solved the riddle with that neck. That's all I really wanted to do. Oh, Marcus, is that your order? Yes, Marcus, I got your order. Thank you very much. I'm going to respond after I get off the live stream. Thank you. Oh my God. I think I scrolled. Oh, here it is. You said, "Is my recently deceased dad with me?" That's a good question. Who doesn't look sneaky? That girl, that Filipino girl. Why can't I remember her name? Is your deceased dad, recently deceased dad, with you? I'm sorry to hear about the loss of your father. You got the Ace of Pentacles. That's a yes. Because that Ace of Pentacles is a card of help. So he's really looking out for you. He's here to help you. He'll probably be around you for a while with that Ace of Pentacles, because you could look at it as now this is a new phase in terms of his life on the spiritual end. And now he's really here to give you that protection. So that's a really good card. Um, it's even like the way the Ace of Pentacles shows there's a hand being reached out, and it has a cloud around it, which is showing like it's coming from the spirit world. So, and there's a gateway, which lets you know that he hasn't fully ended his current incarnation. He still has some things that he wants to do, and one of the main things is to still be around you and help you out in some ways. So don't be surprised if you see some signs. Especially look for coins. Where you at? Where you at, Bling Girl? Look for coins. And the reason why I'm saying coins, yes, it's the Ace of Pentacles. But that is one of the ways that the deceased will leave signs to show you that they are around you. So if you're walking and you see like a dime on the floor, especially dimes, spirits, they love dimes for some reason. So if you start to see a lot of dimes, or not even a lot of dimes, but like you might see one tomorrow where you're just walking into the kitchen and there's a dime on the floor, and you're like, that could be a sign that he's letting you know that he's around you. You're welcome, Bling Girl. So thank you, Melanated Gemini. Melanated Gemini said, where do you see things going for me in the next 5 years? So this is going to be very general. So it's either going to be things are going to be positive or things are going to be rather challenging. I don't know what that girl's sign is. Oh, her name is Rose. Henry said, Taurus is my least favorite sign energetically. Well, they're not a very energetic sign. We're going to get into some of the qualities of Taurus. Okay, you got a good card, Melanated Gemini. You got the Justice card. This Justice card can mean that things are evening out. Things are becoming more peaceful. Things are becoming more balanced, because that's what justice is. So if you've been looking for certain things to happen in your life in the next 5 years, you can expect things to start coming to fruition. You might even be getting married within the next 5 years if you're not married already. So you might want to look at that, because that is a card of marriage. So I really like that Justice card as an outlook card for the next 5 years. It's saying that basically you're going to be able to handle your business, and you're going to be much more, what's the word? You're going to be much more instrumental in terms of taking charge of your destiny. Yeah, I was thinking it could be a court case, but since she wasn't specific, I don't want to put that out there, because that justice, it can mean more than just a court case. So, yeah, that's possible, but I was thinking more terms and general terms, because that could just deal with, things that you've been working on are starting to come together, especially if you're putting in the work. Thank you, it's Colors of Beauty. Wait a minute, Jessica B., thank you for your super chat. I'll get to you. Will I be successful in love and in the studies I choose to pursue this year? First, let's look at love. So you want to know this year. So I'm going to be looking from May of 2020 to May of 2021. In terms of love, I don't see success. I see conflict. I see you not really liking who's out there in terms of available interest for you because you got the Five of Wands. That card is not conducive to serious love, but you can still have some good sex. That Five of Wands can mean you can like get your freak on, but you can't expect anything serious. Now let me look at your schooling, your studies. Will you be successful in terms of your studies? So you're not married, melanated. In 5 years, you might be either headed towards marriage or you might get married. All right, for the studies, you got the devil card, which means that you're going to have to basically, I can't believe I'm about to say this word. You're going to have to quarantine yourself. Because the devil card can deal with where you got to be quarantined. Let's be real. So that's very apropos to what's going on right now. You're going to have to quarantine yourself and get rid of all distractions and really buckle down and get intense with your studies in order for you to be able to be successful. So you may not be putting forth as much effort as you could be because that devil card is showing that there's something that may be taking you away from your studies. And you might know what I'm talking about. So definitely want to quarantine yourself at certain times and just block everything out and just be about your studies. If you do that, you will be successful. All right. Jessica B said, what else can indicate ugliness and what about beauty attractiveness? Well, Venus all day is going to bring that beauty. There'll be certain signs like Taurus and Libra. I noticed Libra tends to produce a very beautiful body. Taurus can produce a very beautiful face. Sagittarius can produce that exotic type of beauty look. Cancer can produce that very soft beauty, and especially in terms of their eyes and their hair. Leo could produce that beauty just in terms of like that sexual attraction and just, you know, I'll say Leo has some of the most beautiful smiles, hands down. What else? In terms of more signs dealing with ugliness, certain Pluto contacts can deal with being rather ugly, especially like if you had like a conjunction between like um, Chiron and Pluto and like this one dude, like Uranus can kind of make you hit up, which makes me think of this one lady. Let me put her picture up because she is hit up in the face. And I was like, she got something in Aquarius or she got something strong Uranus. And sure enough, she's a 4 in terms of her birth number, which is like Uranus and Aquarius. So let me pull her up real quick. And I already got her chart because I was going to talk about her ass anyway. I just forget her name. Lori Lightfoot. That's her name. Some of y'all might be familiar with this name, but I'm gonna put this chick's. Whoa! Look at that face. All right, I'm about to post this picture. She got them far apart eyes, so I was like, what she got in Aquarius? But sure enough, she's a 4, so that's very Aquarian. But I'm about to let me get rid of this. I'll put Lori. When I saw her, I was like, I don't even think she's fully human. And she is one of the more draconian type of damn, I don't need to blow up the picture that damn big. She really trying to make a statement tonight. Um she's one of the more tyrannical mayors with this ether situation going down. Alright, it should be coming up soon. Because I could get into her chart. Alright, it should be coming up. Because then we can look at what indicator. Damn, let me oh wait, it's gonna adjust. Y'all see what I mean when I said she had that Aquarian look? Now she is born on the 4th. Jules said Google censorship is out of control. Try DuckDuckGo. Somebody said, God damn that forehead. I'm going to just read some of y'all feedback before I get into her chart. Callie said, I think genetics plays a big role. Now, that's the mayor of Chicago, if I'm not mistaken. Latasha said she looked like she don't play. She was the one saying, well, if you want to act up, we'll just lock your ass up or something like that. Hold on, let me get her chart. But yeah, she is not easy on the eyes. Her name is Lori Lightfoot. Oh, don't tell me I didn't save her chart. Hold on. I don't think I saved her chart. Damn. Did I put it in class exercises? Because she is a freak of nature. Oh my God, I'm going to have to pull her chart again. But I know she's a 4 in terms of birth number. Damn, I didn't save it. Alright, let me find her birthday again. Lilith says she looks like a sloth. It's kind of endearing, actually. Who's Chris Whitty? I don't know who that is. You said he's a negative reptile. He spreads the ether fear. Joel said Yoda's evil stepsister. Mega Man says she looks like the mixed version of Samuel L. Jackson, Oprah Winfrey. She really does. She does. But I also want to look at her chart to see what creates somebody that's willing to do the devil's dirty work. So let me see. Why don't they have her birthday listed here? I saw it somewhere. Lori Lightfoot birthday. August 4th, 1962. She's a Leo. So I did say that she was a 4. Let me just put this in real quick. Lori Lightfoot. Thank you, Portia. I'll post your question. So August 4th, that 4 makes her, that contributes to her looking weird. So August 4th, 1962. And she looks older than that. Damn. Now 4 can be tyrannical. Okay. She got Saturn conjoined to her south node. She is a straight up tyrant. Just that alone. She, like Latasha said, she don't play. This is somebody that, Saturn conjoined to the Aquarius south node. That can make her a stone cold lesbian too. And somebody did mention that she's a lesbian. Nothing wrong with that. But this is somebody you want to be careful with because she's basically a communist. So she's all about the lockdown. She's all about taking away people's freedoms. She's all about doing what her masters tell her to do in terms of socialism, stuff like that, communism. Amari said, will I get married in this lifetime? 5/20/94. You might with that 20. Just 1 second. Now, for the super chat for the question, you were supposed to donate at least 5, but I'll look out for you this time because you probably didn't know. But let me go back. But that alone can be rough. She got Pluto opposition Chiron. That really won't point to how she looks. She really don't have a lot of aspects in her chart at all. That's interesting. But she got that stellium in Leo, including the North Node, Sun, Mercury, and Uranus. So she's used to being very bossy. Mars in Gemini. So she could be having a dual agenda. And that points to her looking kind of androgynous. She got Saturn squaring Neptune in Scorpio. South Node squaring Neptune in Scorpio. So she probably did some shady stuff to get to where she is. She's not above lying in order to protect her position. And she might be involved in some type of scandal when this is all said and done, y'all. I won't be surprised. Like, and it could be because maybe, because also that South Node in Aquarius, she does have a rebellious streak. So at the end of the day, she could go against what her masters want at some point, and next thing you know, there's going to be some scandal coming out about her. With that Neptune in Scorpio. Okay, thank you, Indigo. All right, let me see. Let me scroll back up. Indigo, you're my eyes for me. Thank you. Oh, I got an ether playlist, y'all. Okay, thank you, Avis. Avis said, is there a serious relationship in my near future? I am talking to a Capricorn man and an Aries man. I love how you women are keeping your options open. That's the best way to do it. So, is there a serious relationship in my future? Which one you like better, the Capricorn or the Aries? There's some stark differences between the two of them. And who's the better one in bed if you giving some out to them? I got the Hermit card, which is not conducive to a serious relationship. That's a card of being alone. So the answer is no, unfortunately. But you can still have fun. I'm all about having fun anyway. Like what, sometimes when we talk about a serious relationship, that's when the fun is over. Yeah, who else had a super chat? Because I don't want to miss anybody. I'm scrolling back up. It's colors of beauty. Okay, you already answered that one. We already talked about the ugliness. I did melanated Gemini. Okay, let's get her off because it's messing with my Taurus South Node. Okay, let me get her off of here. Bye, Lori. All right, back to the Taurus. And how do I? Okay, all right, something better to look at. I think I got all the super chats for now. If anybody donated recently via Cash App and I didn't answer your question, um, please repost your question. But let's get into some of the traits of Taurus. Because after all, this is about Taurus. And so far, we had a pretty bad example of Taurus with this big Ed, no neck dude, looking like he looked like one of those, he looked like a gummy bear with the head chewed off. Oh, did I tell y'all I got an ether playlist too? So we could do that tonight too. So we already covered the 90-day fiance because I want to cover some of these hot topics. We covered the mayor of Chicago because I wanted to look at her chart real quick. Anybody got stung by any of the killer hornets? Somebody wanted me to touch on the killer hornets. I'm not scared of no killer hornets. And from what I heard, they've been in this country for decades. I was also going to look at Donald Trump's transits too. Oh, okay. Lady Shay, you had a question about the Leo guy you were dating? Oh, Scorpio forever. Let me look for your question. And then I'll look for yours, Lady Shay. Oh, you're so welcome, Mario. Oh, that's right. You had that question. You said, are you going to get married at all in this lifetime? I know I'm bouncing around, but I'm going to get to y'all. Okay, so Indigo, thank you for keeping track. So, Scorpio forever, Lady Shay, and I'm doing Amari. I'm doing you right now. So, you wanted to know, were you going to get married at all? You're the same age as my daughter, my oldest. 5/20/94. Will I get married in this lifetime? Oh, your birthday's coming up. Happy birthday in advance. But y'all know what I mean? Like, once you talk about serious relationship, I got the King of Cups, and that King of Cups is a married man. So I would say yes. So you will get married in this lifetime. King of Cups can't be single. That's like Cancer. But what was that? Okay, so now we got, let me see, Lachey, and then also Scorpio Forever. Let me do Scorpio Forever. Forever. Oh, thank you. Okay, Portia. I am single now since I stopped dealing with my cancer, but I do want to know, is he thinking about me and will we get back together? Okay. Thank you for your super chat. I mean your cash app. So you said you're single. Oh, this motherfucker really want to stomp on the floor right now. Maybe I should raise my voice. I am single now. I stopped dealing with my cancer, but I want to know, is he thinking about me? First, let me see. Is he thinking about you? I don't like that Takashi 69. He seems totally manufactured. Yes, girl, he is thinking about you. He's thinking about the good times you used to share. All right, let me see. Well, are y'all going to get back together? Now, while he is thinking about you, it looked like he also thinking about somebody else too, though, with that Three of Pentacles. Now, will y'all be getting back together? I didn't like that Hierophant card either, Jules. I love it now, but I used to hate it, and it's because of my Taurus South Node. Are y'all going to get back together? It makes sense that the Cancer would be dealing with talking to somebody else because they can't be without a woman for long. I got the Justice card, so there's a good chance y'all going to get back together and set aside your differences. So if that's what you want, that's what you're going to get. He's probably going to come back and apologize because that's an apology card. All right, Scorpio Forever. Lady Shay. So, Lady Shay, I got to answer your question, and then I'll get to you, lovely Gardenia. All right, Lady Shay, where is your question? You said my question was about the Leo guy I was dating. All right, let me go back up. And it was a super chat? Yup, Return of the Nigga Jesus. A lot of these politicians are actors. All right, Lady Shay, I'm getting close because you said my super chat. Let me go back up. Oh my God, he's making all this noise upstairs. Ew, he's crazy. What is he doing? Do y'all hear that? Oh my God, I gotta find it. All right, it must be way up here, Lady Shay. Unless you posted the question and you posted the question after the super chat, because I'm looking at all the super chat notifications. Can you repost your question, please? Or else it's going to take me forever to find it. Please repost your question, Lady Shay. And then it looks like Melanated Gemini sent me another one, but then I got one before that. Let's see. Lovely Gardenia said, I'm originally from Louisiana, but I live in Atlanta. Texas is calling me and I don't know why. Should I go? I like that question. Should you go to Texas? I always say Texas is one of my favorite states. And there's not many places I would want to go in the U.S., but if I couldn't live in Arizona, Texas would be one of my options. Oh, you got the Nine of Pentacles. That's a yes. You can't ask for something better. when it comes to a question like that, you would love it there. That's where you would feel like you're in your element. So that's a yes. I would go. All right. Melanated Gemini said, I'm June 13th, 1969. What signs are more for me and a man? So with you being a Gemini, first let me pull a card. I want one representative of the best sign for you. I want to see what the cards say. You're a 13, so you might gel well with an Aquarius, but I don't know if you really like them. But Aquarius could do it for you because 13 is very much like Aquarius. And you're a Gemini, and that's just a nice blend, period. I got the Four of Swords, and that's a Libra card. And that's very compatible with Gemini. So I'm going to go with Libra. Also, Aquarius would be good for you simply because those are the two other air signs. But also, like I said, this Four of Swords is a Libra card. So take that into account. Libra is probably going to be the best sign for you. Also, let me see if there's one other sign. Okay, Lady Shay, thanks for reposting your question. So you said the question was, will we get back together, the Leo and I? So melanated Gemini. Let me see one more sign that would be good for you. Scorpio. And it makes sense because that's a common combination. Scorpio and Gemini. It's like y'all gonna keep each other on your feet. Like y'all gonna be intrigued by each other. Now, Lady Shay, back to your question. You said, will I get back together with the Leo? So will you get back together with the Leo? And then somebody else sent me a super chat too. Thank you. I'll get to your question next. Will you and the Leo get back together? Hey, Duina, how you doing? Hey, Vanessa. You got the Hermit card. That's a no. And that makes sense. A lot of Leos aren't interested in going back in time and repeating the same mistakes. And you don't really want to get back with a Leo if y'all haven't resolved your issues. I think it's best that, well, I know it's best that you just move on from Mr. Leo. Okay. Now, thank you, Candace, for your super chat. You said, should I follow through with moving out right now or stay put given what's going on economically? That is a very good question. So, should you follow through with moving out right now or stay put given what's going on economically? I know, Pisces moon. I'm trying to talk about Taurus. I'm going to get to it right after this. We got 85 viewers, 61 likes. Can y'all hit the like button, please? But that's a lot of likes so far. I'm grateful. And we're almost approaching 2 hours. I'm probably going to just do one more hour because I got a lot of work to do. You got the Page of Pentacles, which means you need to stay put. Because that Page of Pentacles is about being prudent. It's about focusing on security. It's about not taking any risk. It's about basically, keeping things the way they are, preserving the status quo. You really don't want to make a move at this time. Just wait till things become more certain. So I hope that helps. Just 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, did anybody I think somebody sent me a cash app. So if you send me a cash app, post your question. Oh, ask Mahogany. I think you did. Okay, so you said, do I have a soulmate? May 31st, 1983 and December 19th, 1976. So you want to know if he's your soulmate or if if you have a soulmate in general. Please clarify. Hey, the thought of it. Thank you for your super chat. Y'all being extra generous tonight. Is this some Venus retrograde shit? Thank you. So yeah, please clarify. Ask Mahogany. Are you asking if this guy that you posted, and I believe you mean December 19th, 1976? Are you wondering if he's your soulmate? Oh. Okay, so let me check this guy out, see if he's your soulmate. We're gonna get into Taurus, so y'all just bear with me. Hmm. You got the Knight of Cups. That is very much like a soulmate card, but I'm gonna say no. You know why? Because that Knight of Cups is very deceiving. And the way you mean soulmate, I think you mean soulmate in terms of, is this the one that I'm supposed to be with? And with that Knight of Cups, he may feel like a soulmate, but don't put all your eggs in one basket with him. I'll definitely say that, because that Nine of Cups, it can feel like it's real, but next thing you know, you realize you're under an illusion. So I hope that helps. All right. The thought of it said you were dating a Taurus long distance, met up in ATL, had a great weekend, then he disappeared. Why? Will we get back together? I am a Scorpio. So let's see. Why did he disappear after y'all had this great weekend with this wonderful sex? Y'all had great dinner, all this good conversation. Why did he disappear? What the hell? I swear, some of y'all men with y'all mixed signals, that's one thing y'all can't put on women. Well, I'm kind of like that because I think like a man a lot of times. So I will send a guy some mixed signals. That's if I'm not really feeling him. Oh, he's doing that guarded Taurus thing. He's being very cautious, okay? So he's not trying to put himself out there too fast. He went into cautious mode. So he doesn't want to get too deep with you too fast. And with you being a Scorpio, it makes sense. So he may feel like you're a bit too intense for him right now and he needs to pull back a little bit. Wait a minute, who had a wife? Who had a wife? Oh, I like that microblading question. Wait a minute. The thought of it, do you hear what I'm saying? About this guy, why he basically pulled back, why he disappeared. And then you wanted to know, will we get back together? But he's just doing his Taurus thing. They do that. They could take a long time before you really feel like you have them. Like, totally. But my thing is, I wouldn't let him so easily off the hook if he does come back. I'm about to see right now. Because that whole disappearing, ghosting you and all that stuff. Now you got the Hermit card. So I do see him reaching out to you. But I don't see nothing really coming after that, really. because that can mean that he just, checks up on you. He might, go on your social media page. Y'all might have a little chat, and then it seems like the two of you are going to go your separate ways, because that Hermit card is about being alone. But you can also look at the Hermit card as where the person is wondering what's going on with you, so they do check in. But then beyond that, no. Trust me, you don't want to be with that Taurus anyway. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to dog out Taurus during Taurus season. I know this is y'all live stream, but not be hey Salacious, not being a Scorpio. You need somebody that's going to be a more involved, and he already showed you what he's about. Thank you, Glory B. So Glory B says, should I invest in microblading as a side hustle? I like that question. Oh, Ava said we were waiting for your live stream and saving money for Super Chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I feel loved. And see what I mean? Like, I was telling somebody this the other day. I was like, with my 11th house stellium, I may not be able to get love like I want from a man, but I get plenty of love from my followers, my friends, my fans, my subscribers, my clients. I mean, I couldn't ask for nothing better, like, truth be told. Should I invest in microblading as a side hustle? Actually, honestly, at this point in my life, it's better than sex. I'd rather have this than good sex. Now, if you would have talked to me 20 years ago, I would have been like, no, I'd rather have good sex. But when you get older, you start to change. At least some people do. You start to value sex, at least some people do, less than what you did before. You got the Six of Wands, Glory be, so that's a yes. You should invest in, and Six of Wands is an investment card. You should invest in microblading as a side hustle, most definitely. So good luck with that. I was thinking about getting my eyebrows. I don't know if it was the microblading, but it could be something else. All right, let's get into some of these traits for Taurus. If somebody send me a super chat or a cash app, just let me know. All right, we're going to talk about some of the strengths first. So Taurus is very much about safety and security, so that's one of the strengths. Taurus is also a very practical sign, so you don't got to really worry about Taurus like losing their mind over stuff like other signs will. Cancer. So let me stop. Taurus is reliable. Taurus is also persevering. Like Taurus will be in it for the long haul. Vanessa said, my move got pushed back to November. I don't know if Maryland would be a good option anymore. That's a good question. Oh my God, not Patrick. Wow, my old friend Patrick, he's Kenyan. He reaches out to me every now and then. He was in Aquarius. Wow, that's interesting. Hey, Patrick. Patrick used to come to work lit. You could smell the alcohol on him. Let me tell you. Let me stop talking trash about him. No, he's a good friend. But goddamn it, he used to be able to drink. And I remember one time the supervisor pulled him to the side and was like, look, I can smell the alcohol all up on you. He had some Pisces energy too. Oh, so back to Taurus. So Taurus is practical, reliable, persevering. Taurus is often the voice of reason. So Taurus is very much about being reasonable. Taurus is cautious, stable. Did I mention secure? Taurus is an enduring sign. So Taurus is built to last. Taurus is also sure-footed. That's one of the things I love about Taurus. So while Taurus is not an athletic sign, when you have an athlete that's a Taurus, they're sure-footed with that. So this could be the type of athlete, if we're talking about a basketball player, that's consistent with the free throws, like always hitting those free throws, always hitting those jumpers, always hitting those three-pointers. High level of accuracy. A lot of times, Taurus ain't going to try something unless they know they can do it. So again, that sure-footedness, that's one of the things that I love about Taurus. And just think about that term bullseye. Taurus, the bull, bullseye, hitting the bullseye. That's how Taurus is very much. Taurus is also a sensible sign. So again, you're going to have a lot of tourists that don't lose their mind. Maybe in times like this, since they're so safety and security oriented, they kind of losing their mind now, especially with Uranus and Taurus. But typically, Taurus is one of those signs that will remain calm, will be sensible. Of course, Taurus is financially savvy. Not all Taurus, but it's the sign that rules money. So I always say if you're a Taurus and you got money problems, something's seriously wrong. Like that's one thing y'all should get right as Taurus is the money part. The money part should be easy unless you got some serious challenges involving your planets in Taurus. Callie said Dennis Rodman is a Taurus. Yup, he sure is. Great rebounder. Yup. Taurus will produce that high level of accuracy when we're talking about athletics. Very much so. Um, Taurus can be very classy. Maybe not Candy Burris, but she got some other energy in her chart. Taurus can be tasteful. Taurus is about comfort and luxury. Who doesn't like comfort? Who doesn't like a little luxury in their life? Taurus is also that sensual sign. Taurus is about natural, that which is natural, and natural and nature go hand in hand. So Taurus rules nature. Who doesn't like going out and seeing beautiful nature and stuff like that, taking a walk in nature? Taurus is also one of the most loyal signs you can have. And Taurus is very hospitable. Taurus will cook you that good meal. When you come over, they're offering you a cup of coffee or some tea, or they're offering you some lemonade and stuff, and they got some cookies baking in the oven or some muffins and stuff. So Taurus is really good about making you feel welcomed and warm and all cared for and stuff like that. Now about the dark side. Taurus on the dark side, of course, can be stubborn, can be superficial. And I have a lot of this with me with my Taurus South Node. Ava said, I think my South Node in Taurus helps bring money to me when needed. Do you think so too? I would say yes, in a lot of cases. The thing is, with my Taurus South Node, I get money, but for me, it's never enough. It's never enough. It don't matter how much. And there be days when I be making bank. I'm talking about like in one day. It still ain't enough. Because I'll make a certain amount and I'd be like, well, how come I didn't make this amount? So with that Taurus self notice, like it's a stomach that is never fully full. But then that could be part of that Scorpio North Node hookup too. But the thing with that Taurus South Node, you got to learn that there's more than one way to skin a cat in terms of getting that money. You got to be very open to getting money from different sources, especially generating passive income streams. So, for instance, like the Google AdSense money that I get, that's a passive income stream. I really don't have to do nothing to get it. So, that's very Scorpio North Node. Also, like getting money through loans and credit and stuff, that's very Scorpio North Node. So, South Node Taurus can be really about just making money in one certain type of way. And the more I diversify in terms of money, the better. But yeah, it's just never enough with that Taurus South Node. So that's where I find things to be hard in terms of money. So inflexible, rigid. That's very Taurus on the dark end. And then Taurus can just be a slow ass sign in general. They can be slow with moving, slow to change, slow with walking. Conformist. Taurus could be too much of a conformist where they're not questioning authority. And just think about how Capricorn authority and Taurus, they go hand in hand, or they're very compatible because they're two earth signs. They form that natural trine. So Taurus can be too much of a conformist, especially during times like this. Hey, Cian, how you doing? Very good what you said. You said Taurus in conjunct Libra, also known as quincunx, and they don't know how to put the shoe on the other foot. That's what I was basically explaining to one of my students tonight. Very good. Yes, cherry love. I talked about their breath. You know what? I did a reading for a female the other day, and she was talking about her Taurus ex, and she was like, yes, girl, his breath stunk. And I was like, see what I mean? There you go. And she was like, he was always eating sweets and candy and stuff. I was like, yup. So stank breath, yes, that's another negative manifestation. Usually it's going to be the men more so than the women, though. They could be too methodical, and some of them won't brush their look. This is how deep dark-sided Taurus can go. Y'all ain't gonna believe me, but this is true. Some of them won't even brush their teeth. You know why? Because after they done ate, maybe like an hour later, they like to take their tongue and like, get the food that's in between their teeth. So they don't really want to brush their teeth because there'd be remnants of food there. And anytime they feel like getting that taste of what they were eating, they just take their tongue and just start. They be doing like this. They be getting that old chicken wing out of their tooth and shit. That's why a lot of times them men don't like brushing their teeth. Them tourist men, because they still trying to savor the flavor. That's how they be ending up with that badass breath. And then also the sweets they be eating too. Roz said, yep, X. Yep, X. Oh my God. Vanessa said, tourist men mouth do look like it stank. Right? Have you ever seen a man or a woman? Look, you just know their breath stank. Too methodical. So always doing something the same way. Now, on one end, being methodical like that will cause them to be sure-footed. Like, and again, where when they try to go after something, they won't miss. Wait, Scorpio forever said, "Oh my God, yes, they do be messing with their teeth. Yes, they like to suck their teeth. They like to suck the juices out of their teeth. They be like, uh huh. They be doing that like 2 hours after they done ate." Sammy J said that shit make my stomach jerk. Woo! All right. So I mentioned too methodical, and being too methodical, they could be boring at times. I'm going to have to say it. Taurus is one of the most boring signs, unless they got some energy in their chart that's going to counteract that. Favoritism. So I mentioned this a lot about Taurus. Taurus is one of those signs where they will practice. Vanessa said I'm going to throw up. Where they will practice favoritism. And in that respect, Taurus can be very biased. And just like, who was saying that? That they can't put the shoe. Cian was saying that. They can't put the shoe on the other foot. They're very biased, possessive, jealous, stagnation. So they get stuck in a rut. As Mahogany said, they do suck the juices out very well. I know what you're talking about. Uh-huh. Some of them be having them juices stuck in between their teeth too. That also be contributed to that breath too. You be like, damn, what you had earlier today? Red Lobster? All right. Lacking imagination, being too cautious. So the interesting thing about Taurus is an artistic sign, but at the same time, Taurus can lack imagination, which is why if you have a Taurus artist, they're usually painting what's already in existence. Like they're usually painting some type of landscape or shit, or they're doing some type of portrait, some shit that's already there that they don't have to use their imagination to come up with. They're that type of artist. Um, Being too cautious, did I already say that? Also, too indulgent. So, indulging others, indulging themselves. Yes, Pisces, Moon, Taurus is one of the fat producing signs, and it can be because they love to eat so much. Very indulgent. Hey, Ness, thanks for joining us. And if you watch my channel, I call Taurus the what? What do I call Taurus? And I stand by this. What do I say Taurus is? I say Taurus is the blank blank of the zodiac. If y'all been watching my channel, you'll know what I mean. You know what I'm referring to. Lilith kind of touched on it. She said Hitler was a Taurus. And she said his paintings are boring as fuck. You see what I mean? Like that lacking in imagination. Justin, that's what I had said. I said Taurus, and you didn't hear that from nobody else but me, Justin. Now, there's one, I don't usually get a big ego over stuff, but I will get a big ego, or I will take pride in putting y'all onto some shit that you're not going to read anywhere else. You're not going to hear from no other astrologer. You're not going to hear it from some website. I was the one, yours truly, that said Taurus is the cult leader of the zodiac. You're not going to find that anywhere else. And it's true. Just look up the charts of some famous cult leaders like Jim Jones. Jim Jones was a Taurus. Somebody mentioned Hitler. So, yes. So, there's some things I have to stake claim on. So, again, there's some things that, there's some pearls that I throw out. There's some jewels that I drop. You're not going to find it nowhere else but here. See, now this is my Taurus South Node coming out. Taurus South Node, they want to take all the credit for shit. So, Lilith, the reason why Taurus is the cult leader, because Taurus is about values and standards, right? And Taurus is very inflexible. Taurus is about creating a program. And that's very much what cult leaders do. To be an effective cult leader, number one, you have to espouse certain values. You have to uphold certain standards. You also have to be very rigid in terms of your standards. You have to be inflexible. Now, thank you, Avis. Avis said, yes, you did. I like your podcast about Jim Jones. Now, Nature Boy is a Taurus. Yes, he's a perfect example of a cult leader. Now, the cult itself is ruled by Pisces, right? Pisces rules cults. Pisces and Taurus are compatible in general. Taurus is the cult leader. Pisces is the perfect sign to be a cult member. And Pisces deals with the cult itself because Pisces is very impressionable. Also, check this out about cult leaders. You know how Taurus deals with food and Taurus is about hospitality? That's how cult leaders reel you in. A lot of cult leaders will use food to bring you into the cult. And a lot of times they'll go after people who are impoverished, people who are down and out, people who are throwaways of society. That's them reaching out to the Scorpio opposition, that Scorpio, those throwaways of society. So, like for instance, Jim Jones, one of the famous cult leaders, what he did was he was in the Bay Area, I believe in California back in the 70s, and he was targeting a lot of blacks to be his cult members. And what he did was he set up free lunch and dinner programs. So he had people coming in by feeding them free lunch and dinner. And yeah, let's not forget the Kool-Aid. But that's one of the ways that these cult leaders get you is by feeding you, being hospitable. So when you getting that free lunch, then they go and hand you a paper and be like, yes, we're having a meeting tonight and there's going to be even more food. So come out and join us. Next thing you know, you being indoctrinated into this cult. Also, if you think about the Hierophant card in tarot, that card corresponds to Taurus. The Hierophant ain't nothing but a cult leader. The Hierophant is the Pope, and the Pope is basically a cult leader. He's the leader of the Catholic cult. There's different types of cults. But basically, if you just think about the Hierophant card in tarot, it corresponds to Taurus. That's the cult leader. Yes. So, and again, the main thing is Taurus is very inflexible. Taurus is not going to change just because you're crying, just because you're upset, just because you're cold. And they will often control their cult members with food. So when Jim Jones took his cult down to Guyana, he stopped feeding them as much. And he had them he was feeding them like chicken feet with some like broth and stuff like that. One of the easiest ways to control people is via food. Now that brings us to Uranus and Taurus. Because I predicted with Uranus and Taurus, we would see problems with food, like food shortages and famines. And they're already talking about with this phase 2 of the ether that the food supply might be in jeopardy. They were already talking about how some of the meat processing plants have been shut down because of this ether. Uranus and Taurus can threaten the food supply. It can create famine. It can create food shortages. Ness said, well, I'm missing my title, cult leader. I am them now. Also, what goes hand in hand with the cult leader, Taurus women can suffer from the Stepford wife syndrome. Of course, I'm talking about the weaker Taurus women. What I mean about the Stepford wife syndrome, this is a woman that wants to please and keep her man so much that she's basically going to allow him to be the cult leader over her, or she's going to allow him to dictate how everything's going to go. So she's going to look the part, she's going to act the part, she's going to basically uphold his standards. That's like that Stepford wife syndrome. That Stepford wife is very much a Taurus movie. And you have a lot of Taurus men that have caveman mentality. No, I'm not going to say caveman, but I'll say chauvinistic attitudes about women. Even some of them nowadays have those chauvinistic attitudes. Believing that, oh, women shouldn't do this. A woman shouldn't be all horny. Um, or she shouldn't be as horny as I am because I'm a man. A woman shouldn't do this. A woman shouldn't have her ex-boyfriends knocking on the door. True story. A woman shouldn't have her ex-boyfriends knocking on the door after I move in. This is why my Taurus ex couldn't handle my ass. Look, I can't help it if all the dudes that I used to deal with would come back. Even after, it would be like a year or so after dealing with these dudes would show up at my door, right? So when I started dealing with the Taurus dude and we were living together, he actually moved in with me. He was tripping when, like, every now and then there'd be some dude that I dealt with. He would knock on the door. And for some reason, these dudes were bold because if you see a dude, if you go to a woman's house, right? And y'all let me know, you fellas up in here. If y'all go to a woman's house and instead of her answering the door, some tall ass 6'2" dude answers the door, are you going to ask for that woman? Or are you going to basically either say, I'm sorry, I must got the wrong address, or, you know, maybe you might make some shit up and and I'm like, why would you seeing a man answer the door? These men were bold, but this just shows you that I kind of had it going on back in the day, because again, they was trying to come back for round 2 and 3 and stuff. And again, I got caught out there because, and the thing was, I wasn't dealing with them at all anymore. But they would pop up, and then my Taurus ex would accuse me of still dealing with them. And then a couple of times I really felt bad because he was like, yo, that nigga ugly. You gave that nigga some ass. And I was just like, I ain't even gonna lie. There was a dude that didn't look that great, but he had this charisma. So he was one of the ones that knocked on my door. So that was kind of embarrassing because I ain't even gonna lie. This dude was a little hurt. His name was even, I'm not even gonna say his name, but I'm just gonna say he had a name that was the name of some ugly rapper. Well, he wasn't even a rapper. He was like a hype man. But he even had that name and he kind of looked like him. He looked like a good looking version of him. I'll just say that. And he had a nice tool too. So I only messed with him like a couple of times, and it was on some casual shit. But even he knocked on my door one day, and my Taurus ex was like, "You gave this." I was like, "Oh man, this." I had this dude's head spinning because and this is so Sagittarius Taurus relationship. As a Sagittarius, I made this fool feel so insecure. Let's not even talk about the night he read my journal. Now, that right there is due to the fact that his son was in my 4th house, right? So his Taurus son was in my 4th house, and his sun is conjoined to my South Node. Salacious, you already know that was his name. Okay, he kind of looked, okay, he looked like he would be his better looking brother. That's kind of how he looked. Like same complexion, everything. But I ain't gonna spill all my tea because I did get some benefits out the deal. Child, he read my journal one day, and that's so indicative of a man having his son in your 4th house. So y'all ladies, if y'all have a man and his son falls in your 4th house, lock everything up. Anything you don't want him to find out about, you better hide it, because trust me, he's going to be looking all up in your personal stuff. He's going to be violating your privacy, all of that. Because this fool went into my journal on 2 occasions, and guess what? On both occasions, he got his feelings hurt, and that's what he gets for snooping in my journal. I'm like, and man, I was graphic in that journal too. Yes, his name was Flav. Yes, he looked like Flav's better looking brother. But yeah, he got all up in my journal, got his feelings hurt. That's how he found out that we weren't in a relationship the first time he read my journal, because he assumed that we were in a relationship. And I was like, wait a minute, just because you hitting it every other week and you just coming by on a late night booty call, I was like, that is not a relationship. Yes, Lilith, I was writing the details in my journal, and it was graphic. And I'm a good writer too, so that shit was like reading a movie script. That shit was like some shit. Like if you got one of the scripts from Pornhub, that was like how it was. And so yeah, he wanted to be all snooping in my journal, then go and find out the hard way that we ain't in no relationship. Cause he was like, when he read it, he was like, "Oh, so you cheating on me?" And I was like, no. I was like, we're not in a relationship. And he was like, yes, we are. He was doing that possessive Taurus stuff. I was like, no, we never officially established that we were in a relationship. And I knew pretty good, like I knew good and well he was seeing women too. So I'm pretty sure it was mutual. I was seeing a guy in addition to him, and I'm sure he was seeing women too, but of course he would have never told me that. But anyway, to make the long story short, so there was this guy at my job, right? This is when I used to work in the social work field. So there was this guy at my job, and as soon as I saw him, I was like, I gotta get him. Matter of fact, I didn't say I gotta get him, because that's not how I would do things. As a Sagittarius, and my Sagittarius women out there, I know you can relate to what I'm saying. So when I saw him at my job, I was like, I'm going to get him. That's how we do as Sagittarius women. And I would say all fire sign women are like that. Latasha, you probably know what I'm talking about. Where we see a fine ass dude and we be like, I'm going to get me some of that. That's going to be mine in a minute. And when I said mine, I only meant for some physical thing, because I knew he wasn't like boyfriend material. I just wanted him for some sexy time. So, I zeroed in on dude, and then, when we would have our staff meetings, because I didn't work right alongside of him, because we all worked independently at different sites. But when we would have our meetings, I would do my flirting. And then one day I just broke down and I gave him a little note, told him, yeah, I would like to see you outside of work. I forgot what I said, but of course he was with it. I'm going to tell you what he kind of looked like. Nah, he really didn't look like Swiss Beat. He was light skinned. Um, he kind of looked, I'll say he looked like he could have been Swiss Beat's cousin. But he was kind of on the short end. And if my memory serves me correctly, I think he was either a Virgo or a Capricorn. I think he was a Capricorn. But anyway, Jules says Sag always treat us like raw. But anyway, so I set out to get some of that. Sure enough, I did. Now, the first night that me and him ever got together, he came over to my place, right? That same night that he came to my place, the Taurus dude was calling me, trying to come by. Look, this is so Taurus. When I tell y'all this is so Taurus, because he was moving out of his apartment, right? He wanted to bring over his old couch and he wanted to give it to me. If that's not some Taurus move, now it wasn't really about him getting the furniture for me. That was his smooth ass way of putting something of his in my house, so that basically that's like his little way of kind of like sneaking more in, like sliding more in, like making the relationship more official and shit like that. So the night that he wanted to bring that couch by, and of course he probably wanted some ass too, the night that he wanted to bring that couch by, homeboy from work wanted to come by. So I was like, shit, what do I do? So I sided with the homeboy because I've never tried that homeboy before. I was like, I gotta try something new. So, and this is so Mars and Gemini with me dealing with two guys and getting caught up in the process. So, dude from work comes over. We're all chilling and stuff, listening to music and all this stuff. I'm digging his conversation, but I'm like, okay, when are we going to get this on and popping? You know, I'm a Sagittarius. I'm impatient. But anyway, but while he was over, Taurus was calling me. And he kept calling me. And I was like, shit. So, me and dude from work, we did the do. It was really good. I even was able to live out one of my porno fantasies through him because I saw, there was, back then when I was young and wild, I would see certain things in porno and I would want to act it out. So I was like, let me see if he'll be willing to do this. And I'm not going to get that graphic and get into detail. If I told y'all, you would be like, oh, you nasty. But anyway, I was like, okay, I want you to do this to me and all this stuff. Mind you, when it was all said and done, I wrote all of that shit in my journal. From the fact that Taurus wanted to come over and bring the couch, to the fact that I was torn between the Taurus and the dude from my job, to the fact that me and the dude from my job, we got it on while dude is calling me, to the fact that I lived out one of my porn fantasies through him. So all of that was in my journal. So he reads the journal and he is so butthurt. But then that same night that he read the journal, he made the best love to me that he ever made. And I guess because he felt like he had to really put his thing down to show me who was boss. He did win out at the end of the day. I ain't even gonna lie, because he ended up being my son's father. But, and I shouldn't be spilling this much tea about him, but y'all pretend like y'all didn't hear that part. But anyway, yeah. So he was on me even harder. Talk about possessiveness and that Taurus shit. He was on me even harder after that. That might be the night he got my ass pregnant. Yes, Nurse Coco. I wrote a sex and drama book low key. My journals used to be hot like that. So yeah. The second time he read my journal, I was talking shit about his mama. And then he got his feelings hurt then too. That's what I'm saying. You don't go sneaking in somebody's stuff if you're not willing to, handle what the hell you find. That's the moral of the story. And basically I'm telling this story because it's really about if a man's sun falls in your fourth house, don't be surprised if he is all up in your private business. I wouldn't be surprised if he was in my underwear drawer sniffing my panties and stuff, making sure I wasn't doing anything. And he would find, oh my God, if there was anything hidden that I was trying to keep from him, he would find it. He would find it. Yes, Indigo. Another surviving Rabina story. Damn. So yeah, me and that man, we went through some shit. And then after that, I got scared straight off of Taurus all day. I couldn't do it. So did I mention that Taurus could be too mainstream? All right. Now let's get into some Taurus celebrities. So I got a whole list here. David Beckham, he's that soccer player. Megan Fox, Tina Fey, she's that comedian. Janet Jackson, we all know she's a Taurus. Um, James Brown, Monument Face. Chris Brown, Malcolm X, Ghostface Killer, Billy Joel, Channing Tatum, the whole Magic Mike dude. Wait a minute. Callie said, damn, he attempted to leave his couch, but you got pregnant instead. Crazy, right? He had to put his seed down. He was like, I am planting my seed tonight. You ain't going nowhere. Tracism said, my cancer will read my journal and sniff my drawers. Damn. All right, who else we got? Adolf Hitler, somebody already mentioned him. Jim Jones, both of them co-leaders. Louis Farrakhan, I consider him to be another co-leader. I know you don't like that, melanated Gemini. Mark Zuckerberg, he's another cult leader. Basically, the creator of Facebook, you could consider him to be a cult leader. Che Guevara, Sigmund Freud. You can kind of consider Sigmund Freud to be like a cult leader too. George Clooney, Uma Thurman. Somebody mentioned Dennis Rodman, yes. Al Pacino, Adele, Renee Zellweger with her sourpuss face, Jessica Alba. Jessica Alba, let me tell you, she is the epitome of a Taurus female. Especially, like, just look at Jessica Alba and look at the way she carries herself. If you want a perfect representation of a Taurus female, just look at Jessica Alba all day. And that's your Taurus female. Um, who else? Penelope Cruz, Jack Nicholson, Bono from U2, Michelle Pfeiffer, Melania Trump, Donald Trump's wife. I was going to look at Donald Trump's chart right now too to see his transits. Cher, Black China, she's a Taurus. Dwayne Johnson, Dwayne the Rock, William Shakespeare, Enrique Iglesias, Kelly Clarkson, Barbara Streisand. Check her out, Lilith. When I say she's the epitome of a Taurus female, just look at her in terms of the way she looks, her actions, the way she carries herself. Very serious, but very feminine at the same time. Like, you could tell she doesn't play around. You could tell she, like, has high standards. And she even has that slow thing with her. Like, she kind of moves kind of slow. And Carmen Electra. Who else? Why is this list so short? What other tourists are out there? See what I mean? Taurus is kind of boring. You don't really have George Lopez. He's a tourist too. He does have that earthy look. Um, there's not that many interesting tourists out there. Oh, Avant. I got one of his songs on my Ether list. Let's get into that right now. Y'all want to hear my Ether playlist? And then we going to get into some Taurus words that begin with a certain letter. Isaiah Thomas. I never liked him. Jazz from Drew Hill. I met Drew Hill before. I met Drew Hill when they were like in the beginning of their career. Tell me what you want. That was my song. Tell me what you need. Tell me if it ain't good enough for you, babe. That's when I was hanging out with this dude that was connected to was it Loud Records? He was like a promoter for Loud Records. And I think it was Loud. And he was responsible for basically chaperoning Drew Hill or taking him around in Philly or whatever. That was a fun night because I was riding with him and we had Drew Hill with us, and I might have told y'all this story. You know, I got like 1,001 stories. So we had Drew Hill with us, and they was like, we want some soul food. So we took them, y'all, they from Baltimore. We took them, and they was wild. This is when they was real young. And the funny thing about them, they ran everywhere. Everywhere they was going, they was running. Versatile Music Group said, come on, Rabina, you're going to have to stop calling us bulls boring. Y'all just basic, that's all. Would you rather prefer I say basic than boring? So yeah, they was running everywhere, but that just shows you how young they were. But anyway, so we took them to a soul food restaurant, and then that was before they performed on stage. And then we took them to the venue, and I remember I was just backstage, like on the side of the stage, just watching them. Like, that's basically all. I didn't smash none of them or nothing. They was too young for me anyway. Out of the ones that I thought Nokia was the best looking one out of the group. Ooh, that dress so scandalous. You know that a nigga can't handle this. Remember the thong song? She was living la vida loca. She had dumps like a trunk. Truck. That's like what? That was a big song back in the day. Y'all remember that? Let me see that thong, baby. The way he was singing about that thong, though. That thong, the thong, thong, thong. Any women out here still wear thongs? Thongs are some of the most unhygienic underwear out there. Let me see your booty go. Now, if you a stripper, you can't help it. You know, the thong come with the territory. Baby, that thong, the thong, thong, thong. He was like, that thong. Anybody still wear thongs up in here? I thought thongs have kind of went out with the times. But back in the 90s, early 2000s, thongs, like every woman has some thongs now. I couldn't wear a thong nowadays to save my life, even if money depended upon it. Nah, if we had to do with money, I'd probably put a thong on real quick and shake it fast. Shake it fast. Watch yourself. Wait a minute. Lovely Gardenia said, hell yeah, I wear thongs. I noticed that a lot of Scorpio chicks still wear thongs. Like, a lot of Scorpio chicks will have a whole drawer full of thongs just for those special occasions. Scorpio Forever said, I don't like anything rubbing on my butt crack 24/7, right? And remember back in the 90s, they came out with those bodysuits, like it was a shirt, but it would snap where your crotch area was. So, like, for instance, if you had to go to the bathroom, you would have to unsnap that thing. But remember how those things would be riding up your ass and you would be feeling all uncomfortable? You want to pull that shit out your ass crack, but you can't because you're in public? That was rough. And then every now and then, if that shirt is a little too tight, you sit down and then you hear those buttons unpop. And now the shit on the back is like that part in the back is just riding up. Wasn't the thong song the shit? I like the remix video one where he had all the like the stripper girls and then he did that kick up in the air. That thong, the thong, thong, thong. All right. Y'all want to hear my ether list for this crisis? You know I'm gonna have to sing some of these songs. All right, y'all remember that song "Locked Up" by Akon? Locked up, won't let me out. I won't let me out. Locked up. Now y'all can contribute any songs that y'all want to put on this ether list. This is our second ether playlist. So "Locked Up" by Akon is one of them. Remember that song? Who sang this song? By Blue Magic or something? I wanna go outside in the rain. It may sound crazy. Oh, the Dramatics. I wanna go outside in the rain. All right, that's one. That's by the Dramatics. How about this one? This one's going way back. Oh, Akon's a Taurus. That's what's going. This one's going way back. Y'all might not even know this. Marvin Gaye, back in the day, he put out this song, "If I Should Die Tonight." It goes, if I should die tonight, oh baby, I just want you to keep this one thing in mind, that I would never die blue, 'cause I've known you. All right, that's Marvin Gaye. If I Should Die Tonight. Another song. How about this one? Girl, I must warn you. I sense something strange in my mind. He talking about poison. It's driving me out of my mind. That's why it's hard for me to find. He's saying the girl is poison. She got the ether. That girl is poison. Never trust a big butt and a smile. See, now with the ether, you can't trust a big butt and a smile. Hey, Dramacidal. Oh, you know what? You know that Marvin Gaye song. If I Should Die Tonight, yes. All right, so Poison by Belle Biv DeVoe. Living All Alone by Phyllis Hyman. I can't stand this living all alone. So some of y'all people that, because of the lockdown, y'all all alone, feeling all lonely and shit, put it on Phyllis Hyman. Get Off by Prince. Angel. Angel put Get Off by Prince. What else are y'all saying? Luther Vandross. Wait, is there Lovely said Anytime, Any Place by Janet. I love that song, Lovely, and I love that video. I was thinking about Traces, or I was thinking about Far Away From Here. I was going to write that down, so I'm adding that to the playlist. Salacia said Escape remade that. Wait a minute, what did Escape remake? Who Can I Run To? That's my shit. But wait, I don't know if that's the song you talk about. Alright, here's another song. Private eyes are watching you. They see your every move. Now that's about those contractors the contact tracers they were talking about, where they're gonna have people trying to look and see if you've been exposed to anybody. So Private Eyes by Hall and Oates. Also, I'll Be Watching You by The Police. I'll be watching you. Oh, Escaped It in the Rain. Okay, I didn't know that. Every breath you take, every move you make, every smile I take, I'll be watching you. Jessica B, you posted, oh, you sent me a cash app? Hold up, you said my question is, how does the sign and house position affect the energy of a sign? For example, if you have Mars and Cancer in the ninth, will it make it less debilitated? No, not really. Just always think about the house as where is this thing going down? And then think about the sign as what? Think about the planet as who? And that will help you to really chop it up so that you can understand. But just because Mars and Cancer is in the ninth, it's not going to change the fact that it is still in the fall. But you can still do a lot of good with Mars and Cancer. I mean, just because you got Mars and Cancer don't mean that, you're not going to be able to be successful. All right, what about Rockwell? Somebody's watching me. Scorpio Forever, I think you said that. I always feel like somebody's watching me. All right, what about, remember that Michael Jackson song, Who Is It? So if somebody knock on your door now, you're going to be like, who is it? And it doesn't seem to matter, and it doesn't seem right. It's the way, I don't know the words. Cry alone at night. Don't you just, but y'all know what I mean. He'd be like, who is it? Is it my brother? Who is it? All right, wait a minute. Somebody said Sitting Up in My Room. That's a good one, Angel, by Brand. Sitting up in my room. I was going to say, you beat me to a Hidden Tower. Computer love. Computer love. Yes. All you could do is that computer love right now. You know I've been searching for someone. All right. Computer love. I have that on my list. What about this? When they do let you out of the house, you're going to be singing, Return of the Mac. It is Return of the Mac. Oh, Lord, Return of the Mac. Here I go. Who sang that song, Return of the Mac? Hold on, let me see who that is. He was a weird one, the way he sang that song. He was like, oh, my Lord. Mark Morrison. Yeah. Return of the Mac. It is. All right, what else? Also, when they ease up on the lockdown, you might be singing that song by Diana Ross. I'm coming out. I want the world to know. Got to let it show. All right. When you feel like you might have the symptoms of the ether, you might want to go to the doctor. So I have Dr. Feel Good by Motley Crue on here. He's the one they call Dr. Feel Good. He's the one that make you feel all right. He's the one they call Dr. Feel Good. He's gonna be your Frankenstein. That's my shit. All right. Edward said Fergie Glamorous is a Taurus theme. The glamorous, flossy, flossy. Yes. Tara said, my mind is playing tricks on me. Yes. Do, 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 do. I sit alone in my four-corner room staring at candles. Some people are like that right now. What about Contagious by Ron Isley? You're contagious, drive me crazy. Hidden Tower said, Party Up by DMX. Party in Your Pajamas. Angel said, Just Got Paid by Johnny Kemp. What about that Police song? Don't stand, Don't stand so close to me. That's the social distancing. Um, what about the Silvers? This goes way back in the day. Boogie fever. Fever, you know how they say that's one of the symptoms of the ether? Boogie fever. Boogie now. All right. What about that song? Hit me with your best shot. Fire away. Now that's for the vaccine when they want to roll out the vaccine. Hit me with your best shot. Wait, who sang that song? That's like an old 80s song. Let me see. Anybody know who sang that song? Hit me with your best shot. Who sang that? Oh, that was Pat Benatar. Yes. So Pat Benatar saying, hit me with your best shot. They ain't gonna be hitting me with shit. I ain't taking no goddamn vaccine. All right, what about Tony Braxton? Like when you have that mask on outside, you gonna be singing, breathe again, breathe again. If I never see your tender face again, please understand. And I promise you that I shall never breathe again. All right, here go another Tony Braxton song that you might be singing because you on lockdown and you can't see your man. 7 whole days and not a word from you. 7 whole nights and I'm just about through. Can't take it, won't take it, won't take it no more. I had about enough of you. So yeah, 7 whole days. What about this one? This one goes back like to the early 70s. When you getting sick of the social distancing, you could be like, just like me, they long to be close to you. Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you. All right. And then when the social distancing gets a bit too much and you know you're missing your loved ones, you might put on a little Maxi Priest. I just wanna be close to you and do all the things you want me to. All right. How about some of y'all may not know this song? But Sade put out a song about being unemployed back in the day. This was from her Love Deluxe album, I think. Mama been laid off. Papa been laid off. My brother's been laid off for more than 3 years now. Ooh, can't get a job. Billy can't get a job. Yeah, we gotta listen to the blues. All right. What about this? When you really longing for human interaction after this long lockdown, you could be singing one of the old classics. Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place. If you can, reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place. If you can. Indigo said, You Making Me High by Tony Braxton. For some people, that's all they could do. Andre said, Madonna, Take a Bow. I love that song. Take a bow. The night is over. This masquerade is the truth. Getting older. Red Light Special, gift from Virgo said. Fever by Madonna, that's a good one. Stay, like Stay at Home Order, Millionaire said by Jodeci. I like that. We're Not Gonna Take It by Twisted Sister, Angel Williams, very good. Twilight Zone by Golden Earring. Oh, there's another song called Twilight Zone. You're living in a twilight zone. Angel said Just Like Fire by Pink. Someone Knocking on the Door Paul McCartney. What about that other song, Knock Knock Knocking on Heaven's Door? Let me see. Callie said, "Don't nobody bring me no bad news." Mabel King, right? Oh, we're about to get on 3 hours, and I still didn't finish everything. Peggy Lee, Fever, you give me fever. Yup. Let me see. I Can't Live by Mariah Carey, good one. Mask Off, Future, good one. Ass Mahogany. Let me see. Pink Floyd, Breathe by Andre said, very good. Distant Lover, good one. Hidden Tower, that's my jam. Distant Lover. Oh, that song makes me want to cry. Lover. Woo! He said something I want to say. When you left, you took all of me with you. Oh my God. Don't get me started with that song. Lover, you lover, lover. He said, ooh, so many miles away. He said, heaven knows I long for you. You done got me started, Hidden Tower. He said, every night, and sometimes during the day too. That's when you know you missing somebody, when you miss them during the day. Distant lover. All right, Lovely said, Ebony Eyes by Rick James and Smokey Robinson. I love that shit. And I bet you didn't know that. All right, what about this one? A good one from Avant. When we were together, we never turned our backs on each other. But now that we're separated, we can't stand one another. That Separated song, Social Distancing, Lockdown. How about this one? This one's kind of morbid. One less bell to answer. One less egg to fry. Oh, Lilith, I got a Billy Idol one for you. Yes, Dancing with Myself is a good one. I love that song. But what about Eyes Without a Face? That's about wearing that mask. You got the mask on, all you see is eyes and you don't see no face. Eyes without a face. Yeah, that's my shit. I'm gonna have to listen to some Billy Idol later on. I'm gonna listen to Dancing with Myself and Eyes Without a Face. What about this one? Outcast, Spotty Opie. Wait a minute, how you say that? Spotty Opie Dopalicious. Only the part where it be like, damn, 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 James. Cause this ether got us all saying, damn, 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 James. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. That's my shit. Callie said Toxic by Britney Spears. Marvin was an Aries gift from Virgo. Mr. Lonely by Bobby Vinton. Lilith contributed. Nurse Coco said Michael Jackson, They Don't Care About Us. I know that's the truth. That's a good song to put on the playlist. Who else? Mega Man said people be having lots of sex during this quarantine, except for me. I ain't having nothing. But I'm dancing with myself. Oh. Scorpio Forever says someone to lay down beside me, be me. Oh, we had 100 people up in here. I guess some people went to bed. I guess they can't hang. Make me think of that Escape song. You and me, let's get down. Even though you claim that you've been around, I bet you can't hang. I bet you. That's when they let Candy really. Indigo, every time I think of Candy, I think of you. Because I remember you was clowning me, talking about I sound like Candy. So let me imitate her right now. You and me, let's get down. Even though you claim that you've been around, I bet you can't hang. I bet you can't hang. So all them people that dropped off, y'all can't hang. It's all good. I love y'all anyway. All Eyes on Me, that's a good one, Tupac. Pray, that's a good one, Cherry Love by MC Hammer. Survivor by Destiny's Child, good one, Callie. You're Not Alone by Michael Jackson, that's good when you need some hope. Very good, Lilith. Let me see. She Bop by Cyndi Lauper. Rise, you already know what that's about. That's the song about pleasuring yourself. Very good. She bop, they bop, we bop, I bop, hey bop, a day bop. Yes. And they had all these little kids dancing to that song back in the day. And we didn't even know what the hell she was talking about. Cherish the Day by Sade. Yes, as you know, we got to cherish every day that comes at this point because we don't know what's going to happen. Callie said a couple of your cash apps related to this song. Y'all, I'm so tired of being alone. I'm so tired for my own. Won't you help me, girl, just as soon as you can? Yeah. All right. What else we got on this list? We already said computer love. We already said eyes without a face. Oh, Keisha Cole put out this good song. It was called I Just Want It to Be Over. Yeah, I just want this shit to be over. And I'm sure a lot of y'all want this shit to be over too. And this live stream is about to be over soon because I am not going into the fourth hour like this. I'm not doing it. I got work to do. It's 1:18 a.m. I'm going to have to go to bed. Andre Harrell. I did pull his chart. Did anybody find out what the cause of his death was? A lot of y'all probably don't even know who the man is, but he was the founder of Def Jam, wasn't he? Let me pull him up real quick. Andre Harrell. All right. Andre Harrell, real quick. Born September 26, 1960. He died May 7, 2020. Was an American record executive, record producer, songwriter, and rapper. Harrell was the founder of the record label Uptown Records. Harrell also served as the president and CEO of Motown Records. He was the first half of the hip-hop duo Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Harrell was perhaps best known as the man that turned Pete Diddy Combs into a music mogul. Wait a minute, let me go back. Oh no, why did I say Def Jam? He was the founder of the record label Uptown Records. Then he served as president and CEO of Motown Records. And he was the first half of the hip hop duo Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That's very much dealing with his 26th birth number. Harrell was perhaps best known as the man that turned Sean P. Diddy Combs into a music mogul. Okay. He was born in the Bronx. He graduated from Charles Evans Hughes High School. Let's see what else. He met Russell Simmons, the founder of Def Jam. Yeah, I had him mixed up with Russell Simmons. Like, okay, here we go. Harrell died on May 7, 2020 at his home in West Hollywood, California. He was 59, and news of his death was announced on Instagram by D Nights. According to Wendy Creedle, Harrell's ex-wife, he had been suffering from heart problems in the time leading up to his death. So let's see in his chart if he has any issues with his heart. Well, he has Uranus and Leo opposing Chiron. That'll do it. So he probably has some problem with circulation of blood to and from his heart with that Uranus and Leo opposing Chiron and Aquarius. Let me see what else. Otherwise, that Uranus and Leo is not making too much problem in his chart. Let's see. He had Mars in Cancer. Mars square in the sun, that can produce heart problems right there. And it could have been as a result of eating. He might have like had a terrible diet. He might have died from heart disease. But let's look at the transit calendar. Do y'all know who I'm talking about? This Andre Harrell? Where y'all at? Cherry Love said I still need a fast car on this list. Oh, by Tracy Chapman. Who got a fast car? Is it fast enough so we can fly away? We gotta make a decision. Leave tonight or live and die this way. Won't have to go too far. Just cross the border and into the city. You and I can both get jobs. Finally see what it means to be living. I used to love that song. That song was so sad. So y'all know who I'm talking about, Andre Harrell. He recently died May 7th. Let me see. Let me just put that transit chart together. Do, 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 do. I always felt sorry for Tracy Chapman. Well, I felt sorry for her ever since she had that one song, Fast Car, because she looked depressed. Who got a fast car? And the song was kind of depressing. And the video was depressing. It was all gray. Alright, let's see what was going down. Well, the North Node had just crossed over his Mars. South Node recently opposed his Mars. And before that, it had squared his Sun. The nodes were squaring his Sun prior to them being on his Mars. So that alone could produce some problem dealing with his heart. He also had Uranus opposing Neptune. Uranus and Taurus opposing Neptune in Scorpio. Maybe he had one last meal that sent him over the edge. But that could manifest as him being on life support, maybe. I wonder if he was on life support or if he just died suddenly. Other than that, he really doesn't have any major transits that would produce like a death scenario, but it's mainly those nodes doing it. Let's see. Pluto square Mercury. Last year, Pluto was squaring his Mercury, so he might have had some problems back then dealing with dealing with his health. I really don't see any foul play taking place. But then again, that Uranus opposition Neptune, let me think about it. That could have been some dispute over money when you think about it with Uranus and Taurus, Neptune and Scorpio. Maybe some deal fell through. Alright, let me see what y'all are saying. Betty Wright passed away too. No pain, no gain, Betty Wright. From his woman to you, Betty Wright. That was my shit. From his woman to you. There's a thing or two I like to say. I don't care who claims his man. I'm gonna love him anyway. Alright, what are y'all saying? Desiree, you gotta be, right? That's gonna instill hope in people during this time. What millionaire? I didn't know that Tracy Chapman and Alice Walker used to date. Stop playing. Alice Walker, she looks so uptight. Is Alice Walker still alive? I know she looked young as hell for her age. So he died suddenly. Hey, Karmic Life. He died suddenly. They found him in his house. That Uranus opposition Neptune could deal with sudden death because of Uranus. But I'm wondering if he owes somebody money. I wonder if he had to pay up, and if he didn't, that cost him. Hell yeah, I like that. So fresh and so clean, clean. When you got that hand sanitizer, you be like, ain't nobody dope as me. I'm dressed so fresh and clean. So fresh and so clean, clean. So he died suddenly. They found him in his house. I'm just sorry. Somebody, like, when somebody in the industry dies, you do got to be a little, you got to wonder. She said, can't show your teeth to every guy you see. No pain, no gain. That's what I'm talking about. Look, Betty Wright was the type of singer that kept these young girls in line. She was like, look, honey, this is what you gotta do to keep that man, or girl, you don't need that man, and if it ain't no pain, ain't no gain, honey, like that type of stuff. We don't have a lot of women like that nowadays. We need more of those matriarchal figures. We need more of those aunties and more of those godmothers and stuff that are gonna steer these women in the right direction. Cicely Tyson and Betty White out here living long, nice long lives. Well, I'm sure with Cicely, she is Sagittarius. A lot of Sagittarius gonna live long lives. Betty White, I already know why she living a long life. It's all them sacrifices she been making over the years. She like the head witch of Hollywood. Anyway, with her Capricorn ass. Scorpio Forever said, yes, so many people have passed. Ben Stiller's dad passed. Oh, Jerry Stiller, I didn't know he passed. There was something else I wanted to talk about, too. So we talked about Andre Harrell. What y'all think about this Aubrey Ahmad thing? Anybody out here protesting over this Aubrey Ahmad? Am I even pronouncing his name right? I have to be honest. When I first heard this story, especially when I heard that the shooting actually took place in February, but they waited till I guess the end of April to report on this story. I was like, wait a minute, are they trying to foment a race war? P Sissy kill him off. See, I didn't want to say it, Indigo. I let you say it. But that's what I'm wondering. And then with that Uranus opposition, Neptune aspect, hell yeah, Betty White a witch. She is a straight up witch. You don't want to fuck with Betty White. She put that curse on you. She'll put in that work on you. Yeah, we talking about Betty White now, the head witch of Hollywood. But Betty, right? Yes, that's the one that passed on. She up in heaven talking about no pain, no gain. God was like, "How you feel, pet? How you feel, Betty?" She was like, "No pain, no gain." He was like, "Show you right." Cherry Love said, and the lady who got shot in her own house. Yeah, what's her name? I do feel like this is some race war shit. And they know black people getting antsy anyway over this lockdown. They trying to stir us up. Look, it's a trap, y'all. Don't fall for this race baiting stuff. They want us to act the fool out of here. Indigo said Betty White killed off the Golden Girl. Wait a minute, is she the only one surviving out of Blanche and Rose? Wait a minute, no, Betty White was Rose. Wait, it was Blanche and who was the what was B. Arthur's name? What was her character's name? Latasha said they called the shooting a lynching. That ain't no damn lynching, right? Straight up reaching. Breonna Taylor. Is that the one where the cop shot up the house and he killed her while she was in her house? Making a bowl of noodles and shit, just minding her own goddamn business. She was making some ramen and shit. They want to shoot up her house. Extra spicy. Indigo said, nope, I'm not protesting shit. That doesn't work. It sure don't. It just make us look crazy. Was Betty White born before sliced bread? I think she was. Shoot, when Betty White was born, you had to actually go down to the baker and stand in line and wait for them to throw bread at you. And no, it wasn't sliced. Lovely Gardenia said, did you see the white guys in Oklahoma who wouldn't let the black delivery guy out of the... Why you got me about to laugh? Because when I hear these racial stories, I swear it'd be funny to me because it seems like it's all pre-manufactured. So let me read this to try to read this without laughing. Wait, okay. Did you see the white guys in Oklahoma who wouldn't let the black delivery guy out of the neighborhood? I can't believe people feel so entitled. First of all, you gotta be careful what you read in the news. I'm gonna say 98% of what they report in the news is lies, or where they're embellishing or exaggerating. That don't even sound right. They wouldn't let a black delivery guy out of the neighborhood. First of all, they don't even want, a lot of white people don't even want blacks in their neighborhood. So why would they be trying to keep him in the neighborhood? That's the question. I'm just like, come on now. Lasha said, I'm not falling for it because as a whole crime been up against black women. Girl, child, you probably watch some of the same channels I be watching now, cause I'm with you on that. They don't be talking about how many black women be getting killed. Matter of fact, isn't this a statistic like every 19 hours a black woman loses her life at the hands of her boyfriend, who will usually be black. But they don't want to talk about that epidemic that's going on. How black women are losing their lives to these men that, they just lose their freaking minds. I don't know. Some of y'all might watch that Trey. What's his name? Trey something. He be always talking about like some of the worst stories in the news. I kid you not, every week he's reporting on some black woman that got killed by her husband or her man, and usually he kills the kids too, and sometimes he might kill the grandma and all this type of stuff simply because she wanted to break up with his ass and all that. I'm not even trying to get on that right now because I really feel some type of way. The fact that they don't ever really be talking about how this is a problem in the black community, but as soon as some black man gets shot, oh, it's a problem. No, no, wait a minute. No, let me back up. It's okay if black men get shot by their own fellow brothers. But the minute a black man gets shot by a white man, oh, let's protest. Let's get up in arms. But all these murders in Chicago, black on black, Baltimore, Philly, you name it, they never get up in arms about that. But the minute it's some interracial type of shit, oh, let's protest. I'm like, we need to sweep around our own front door first. We need to clean up our own backyard first before we start worrying about these race relations and shit. We're our own worst enemy. Okay, that's enough. I'm not gonna say any more about that. I'm getting on my soapbox. I need to get off because yeah, it's 3:33 right now. I'm not trying to go there and get all fire and brimstone on people. But yeah, y'all know what I mean. But it needs to be more acknowledged that so many black women's lives are in danger at the hands of their own brothers, our own men. Look, I'm getting fired up again. Ooh, I'm getting fired up. All right. Scorpio Forever said a lot of Netflix shows and movies are dark as fuck. And you know what I was thinking about the other day, y'all? As women, and I'm including women of all races that basically had an interest in hip hop, especially once NWA came on the scene and they started with the gangster rap. We allowed these rappers to denigrate us, and I'm guilty of this because I am a big time hip hop head. And I was one of the ones back in the day when the Chronic album came out, the album that Dr. Dre put out that featured Snoop Dogg. I was one of the main ones singing on prom night in the back seat, bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Do 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 do. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Lick on these nuts and suck the dick. So of course, I was young at the time. I didn't know the seriousness of all this. But that you see how they had even women co-signing on this bullshit. We was all being degraded. And again, we weren't really being degraded when rap first came on the scene during the early days of hip hop. It was when it was really NWA that first came out and really was disrespecting women. But us women, we went right along with it. And we would look at these men like, oh, he's sexy. Oh, the way he say bitch. Biatch. Oh, that's sexy. Oh. Not realizing that these men that are listening to this shit are being indoctrinated to treat women like shit because of the music that they're listening to. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. I don't give a fuck about a bitch. I said, look, I knew all the lyrics of that. Look, I gotta do some shit that's clean, but when I'm on the dick, hell yeah, I get real mean, huh? Like a washing machine. I was singing all that shit. All the hoes. I was celebrating the denigration of women because the beat was good. A lot of these dudes, they had it going on a little bit. They had that swag and all this stuff. Man, they freaking bamboozled us. And then we want to get mad when, in an argument, our man want to call us a bitch and stuff. Ah, fuck you, bitch. You be like, what? But then you was just listening to this song two hours ago where they was calling us all types of bitches and hoes and talking about we ain't shit. Latasha said Wu-Tang Wildflower, best song. Right? I love Wildflower. Scorpio Forever said that is so true. That's why I don't like a lot of these songs because they degrade women. Yup. Mm-hmm. Lilith said teenagers love them explicit, controversial lyrics. Yup. And oh my God, and then when Little Kim came on the scene, you couldn't tell me nothing. When that queen bitch dropped, oh my God. What did she say? She said, got buffoons eating my pussy while I watch cartoons. I was like, girl power. I was like, that is empowerment. See, I had it all mixed up. My mind wasn't right back then. I was co-signing on that Little Kim shit. Y'all know some, y'all my age, y'all already know. We was co-signing on that Little Kim shit. We was with it. But see, we saw that as empowerment. Of course, we're gonna see something like that as empowerment when we're coming off the heels of NWA calling us bitches and hoes and shit. When Little Kim came on the scene, we're like, we're taking our power back. That's right, I'm a queen bitch. But then when you really look at the real and you see Little Kim, she wasn't that confident queen bitch that she tried to portray herself to be. She was allowing Biggie Smalls to just beat her self-esteem down into the ground, even to the point where she changed her skin color, changed up her face. So she wasn't even really living that queen bitch life that she was rapping about on that what was the name of her album back in the day? Was it called Queen? Was her album Queen Bitch? That was a banging ass album. I ain't even gonna lie. But yes, Lil said, Little Kim whole over sexualization was created by men. Yes. She went on did that shit on her own. And again, it was strategy to bring women down, especially black women. Cherry Love said they did that with rock music too. Yeah. The only difference is though, I don't see white people being as impressionable to music as black people are. It's like for black people, music becomes part of our culture. That's not true for white people. And you could say because white people generally, they just aren't that musical of people historically in terms of that soul type of where we have that soul connection to music. So I guess they can like certain music, they can have certain music, and it doesn't become this cultural thing. Whereas hip hop wasn't just music, rap wasn't just music, it became a culture. So people really tried to live that type of life. Yes, Little Kim was pretty before she messed her face up. Latasha said, remember they had to pump Little Kim's stomach. She was bad off. Are you talking about that semen situation? All right. In the air, and I'm going to get ready and go. I'm going to be going in like 10 minutes. I'm going to wrap things up. But In the Air said, Rabina, I don't know why it doesn't let me send $5. It always says with the 99, but I don't have a question. Just want to support. Thank you so much. It's In the Air. That makes me think of that song. I could feel it in the air. Who sang that song? Was it the rapper Freeway? It was one of them. It was either Biggie Smalls, Beanie Siegel, or Freeway. Oh God, that neighbor upstairs making noise. He needs to just take his big head to bed. Let me see what else y'all are saying. Oh yeah, her album was hardcore. That's right. Lasha said black people make entertainers role models, which is tragic. Angel Williams said that's why we need to bring back the music of the 70s and back. Yes. Indigo said black people just don't know how to protect their own. We just as lost today as we ever been. Yup. Tara said that's because we feel it in our soul, right? Lilith said they said in the documentary she's sexy, so she gonna sell sex. And remember they had Foxy Brown coming out at the same time with her Il Nana. Il Nana, where you at? Because every time I see Il Nana, I think of Foxy Brown. And you know that Nana basically mean your coochie. So she was saying I got that ill nana. Lilith said music is the most influential form of art to all people. Yes. Hidden Tower said it's not just the music, it's systematic. The Snoop situation with his wife, and he treat the hoe with some sort of respect. Oh, I like that. It's the era. Oh, I like that. The era. I like that. That's clever. Okay. Rod said, "Oh yeah, Lilith, that Seattle movement. It was dark. You talking about the grunge movement with Nirvana and Pearl Jam and all them? But you know what? That ain't nothing compared to them Norwegian bands where they be having that like death metal and shit. But you notice that's a small segment of society that's into like that death metal, that black metal. Now, when we're talking about negativity and evil, you can't get more evil than those Norwegian bands. Y'all know what I'm talking about? And they be doing that black metal and the dark metal and the porn grind and the screamo and all that type of shit. They be all like, devil, Satan, Prince of Darkness. Like, but again, the majority of white people ain't checking for music like that. But I will admit, white people have put out the darkest type of music with them freaking that dark black death metal shit. But again, that's on the fringes of society. Indigo said, it's crazy how little Richard just died and people still don't know he was the architect of rock and roll. Elvis was not the king of rock and roll. Hell yeah. Little Richard, he was the pioneer. I like that song where it's having some good fun tonight, where he be like, "Ooh, baby, having some good fun tonight." Indigo said they've been conjure up demons and spirits. That's exactly what they be doing in that music. Cherry Love said if you made clean rap, they would call you corny. Like, I have to admit, Cherry Love, Will Smith was corny. And it didn't have nothing to do with the fact that his rap was clean. Because guess who had clean rap and he wasn't corny? He was the shit, Heavy D. Heavy D had clean rap, but he wasn't corny. Public Enemy's rap was pretty clean too, and they weren't corny, but Will Smith, corny. Getting jiggy with it. Nah, 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 nah. Even when he put out that first album, even though I love that album, and it is a hip hop classic, I'm the rapper, he's the DJ, with DJ Jazzy Jeff, even some of the songs on that album were corny, like Parents Just Don't Understand. And the only reason why I would tolerate that song was because I love the video. Indigo said, did you know Tutti Frutti was originally called Tutti Fruit Good Booty? I knew it was something dealing with that good booty, yup. Because Little Richard was nasty. Y'all, I used to love me some Heavy D. There's a couple of other rappers that was really clean, like Cool Mo D was really clean. He didn't curse at all. And Cool Mo D was the shit. LL, yeah, he really didn't have curses, and LL is one of the greatest. He one of the goats. Gift from Virgo said, once we all learn unity, it's all over. Exactly. That's why they're constantly trying to divide and conquer. They don't want us to come together. Oh, we should have added that to the list. Come together. So the Beatles sang that first, and then Aerosmith did a remake. Come together right now over me. That's my shit. All right. Before I close out, we're going to be talking about some words that deal with Taurus that begin with the letter B. So y'all start. What are some words that deal with Taurus that begin with the letter B? Stick with the letter B now. So I'll start with some of them. We got bull. Taurus is the sign of the bull. Beauty. Taurus is beauty. Come on. Let's get it. Buffet. You know, Taurus loves food, and they might almost come on themselves when they see a nice buffet. Butter. I'm saying butter because a lot of tourists they love butter on stuff, butter bread, butter baked potato, butter baked beans, butter corn, butter hot buttered rolls. How about buy? Like buying. That's very tourist. Bank. Bank is tourist. Somebody said brain. Somebody said brute, butthurt. Y'all funny. Beautiful. CN said very good. Boss. How about boring? Had to throw that one in there. Baggage. What about bag? Getting that bag, securing that bag. Bread is a good one, Karmic Life, because they're all about their carbs. How about placing a bid, like on eBay? Brace, like brace yourself. What about beneficial? Bland is a good one. Indigo. I always say Taurus is like that vanilla sign. What about beef? That's like cow meat. How come we just don't call beef cow meat? We gotta call it beef. What about blossom? Like flowers, that's very Taurus. What about bloom? That's very Taurus. Somebody said bougie, that's a good one. Lil said bakery, that's a good one. Big back, gift from Virgo. Why you say big back? Gift Virgo said back. Let me see. Lasha said bang. What about bite? They always like to bite on something, even if they like to bite on some booty or bite on your earlobe basis. What about basic? Um, Biased, like I said before. Bakery, I think somebody said bakery. What about block? Sometimes they act like a big block that's in your way. Buyer, batch. What about blah? Sometimes tourists can just be blah. Like, come on, what makes you interesting? Blessed, that's a good one. Lovely. Lil said blocked, that's a good one. They won't hesitate to block your ass if you start bringing some drama to them. Taurus is not about drama, which is why it clashes with Leo. We ain't disrespecting Taurus. What about beat? Like music. That's very Taurus. What about benevolent? That's very Taurus. These are some good words. Versatile. How can you say, look, budget? What about breakfast? That's a good word. Taurus gotta have their breakfast in the morning. Eggs, turkey, bacon, grits, sausage, pancakes, waffles. I got some of y'all Taurus in here salivating. You got the cheese grits, the scrambled eggs with cheese with a tall glass of iced tea, orange juice, mimosa. You got the hot buttered biscuits. You got the omelets. What about bait? Bait is Taurus. What about batch? Did I say batch already? What about broad? Taurus got them broad shoulders and shit. What about, and some back in the day they used to call women broads. That seems like a Taurus term to call women a broad. What about boundary? Taurus don't have no problem setting boundaries with people. Breath, that's a good one. What about bad breath? Hello. What about bulldozer? Baritone. Baritone is a type of voice. That's that deep voice. Swing low, sweet chariot. Bought. Boredom. Bath is good. You know, all about luxury, comfort. Begging. You think tourists be begging? What about Brink? Like a Brinks truck, like that armored truck with the money in it. What about belongings? Lilith said bounty. I like that one. Scorpio Forever said braids. I like braids with cooking. Hell yeah. What about? Did I get everything on my list? Buy bucks. Bucks like cash. Beyonce. Why Beyonce? Bling Girl said bullheaded. That's a good one. Bath lover. Brick. She's a brick and I'm drowning slowly off the coast and I'm going nowhere. Y'all know that song? Please tell me you know that song. Somebody gotta know this song. Brick by Ben Folds 5. Oh my God, I used to love that song. Please, somebody tell me y'all know that song. She's a brick and I'm drowning slowly off the coast and I'm heading nowhere. You know what that song was about? I swear that song was about a girl getting an abortion. Lilith said behind. Yeah, Taurus will be left behind with their slow asses. Versatile Music said, Taurus, don't be broke. That's what I'm saying. I don't have much sympathy for a Taurus that's broke because I'm like, you are money. You shouldn't have no problem getting money. Yup. I said bags. Very good. Nobody knows that song by Ben Folds 5. She's a brick and I'm drowning slowly off the coast and I'm going nowhere. Oh my God, I love that song. Um, did I miss anything? I think that's all I got on my list. I have bought, and I gotta get ready and go. It's almost 4 hours I've been doing this live stream. I just want to make sure I covered everything on my list. I talked about Venus retrograde, right? I said y'all check your bank balance. You want to maybe check your bank balance a bit more frequently. Check. Hey, Simon G. You said Taurus. They all fat ass. Check your bank balance more frequently because things could get screwy in terms of money with Venus retrograde in Gemini. Just one number could be messed up, and then that's going to throw everything off. Gemini does rule numbers, so we got to be very careful about figures and stuff like that, adding things up. Also, check your receipts when you go out and buy something. Double check when you pay for something online. You might find yourself having to ask for a refund. You might end up getting the wrong shipment in the mail. Something could go wrong with the mail with Venus being retrograde in Gemini. You might find yourself having to put some more money into a car because Gemini rules cars. So don't be surprised if your car starts acting up. Wait a minute, Tracism said you didn't talk about Jill Scott and Erica though. Oh, I saw that. That was real cute. That was real good. Yes, Simon. Simon, you had me reminiscing about that game. Remember that game back in the day called Simon, and it came with the four colors, and it would like flash like whatever color you had to hit, and then you would have to have a good memory to play Simon and to be good at it. But so yeah, with Venus retrograde in Gemini. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do my Venus and Gemini video. I just been taking my time trying to get other work done because I knew Venus would be going retrograde in Gemini, so I was like, well, I'm gonna have extra time to get this video out. Nurse Coco said, "Oh my God, I'm going through this ish right now." Yeah, you just want to double check everything with Venus being retrograde in Gemini. Your words could be misconstrued. Somebody could be putting words in your mouth. Somebody could be very two-faced dealing with people with that. Be careful of any contracts that you enter in, contractual agreements, because Gemini rules the actual contract itself and the signing of the contract. What else do I need to tell y'all about Venus retrograde in Gemini? Let's see. You might see more mistakes by the media. The media might start making more mistakes. You might be like, wait a minute, they just said this and now they're saying that. You might see some of the news. Thank you, Latasha. So are you. Good night. Have a good night. You might see some of the news reports being kind of screwy, things like that. Saturn. So right now we got Saturn, Pluto, Venus, and Jupiter all being retrograde. So Venus turned retrograde on May 13th. It will turn direct on June 24th at the 5th degree of Gemini. Pluto went retrograde on April 25th. It will go direct on October 4th at the 22nd degree of Capricorn. That 22nd could be sudden death. I'm not looking forward to that Pluto being stationed at 22nd degrees Capricorn. Expect things to be really hectic around that time. So I'm talking about around October 4th. And they're already talking about a second wave that could happen in the fall. So that would be right around the time when Pluto starts to turn direct. Jupiter went retrograde on May 14th. It's going to go direct on September 12th at the 17th degree of Capricorn. And then Saturn turned retrograde on May 11th, and it will be retrograde until September 29th, and it's going to turn direct at the 25th degree of Capricorn. That's not a really good degree either for a planet to be stationed at. That 25 can deal with the ether. They might talk about at that point, wait a minute. Yeah, so we're talking about the end of September. Again, they're already talking about that there's probably going to be a phase two. Things are going to get worse in the fall. So with Saturn being retrograde, turning direct at the 25th degree, that 25 can deal with illness. They might say, oh, we see a spike in the number of cases. Now we got to lock things down again. So the fact that you got all these planets retrograde right now makes a lot of sense in terms of what's going on right now. Things are kind of starting to like die down a little bit with the fear mongering, but trust and believe that these retrograde planets can be quite insidious, where things can seem kind of quiet, and then next thing you know, all it has to hit is one of those critical degrees. And then when it goes direct, that's when we're really going to see things be unleashed. So everybody stay safe during this time. Don't freak out, because fear is your worst enemy. Fear will actually make you sick if you allow it to. Turn off the damn TV, turn off the news, because they're the ones that are fomenting this fear. Also, I heard that those face masks, they're really not protecting you from anything. So if you're not being forced to wear one, you might want to consider leaving the face mask at home or keeping it in your car, because what's happening is we just naturally expel carbon dioxide. It's all part of the breathing process. But with that mask on, you're not giving yourself time to blow out that carbon dioxide. It's like you're recycling it right back into your respiratory system, which isn't good. And, it's just not good that we can't breathe freely. I mean, think about it. Whether you believe in this ether or not, that is real, they've taken away a lot of people's rights to breathe freely. If that doesn't tell you something, I mean, it's a whole psyop. The fact that they will have people voluntarily restricting their breathing simply off of an unseen threat, that says a lot. And before I go, actually, no, I don't got time to go into this. But again, because I don't want to go past 4 o'clock. But I hope y'all enjoyed this live stream for Taurus season. I hope I broke down Taurus as much as I could possibly do during this live stream. I want to thank everybody for your donations via Super Chat and also Cash App. Thank you very much. If you would like a reading, you could go to my website, rabina.com, and I will be at your service. Also, I probably will be going live again pretty soon because I got more stuff to say and talk about. I am working on a case study, but just give me some more time to figure that out. Like when I'm gonna have time to finish that. I will be putting on my Gemini North Node workshop pretty soon, so stay tuned for a notification with that. So, thank you, Gift from Virgo. So I just want to thank everybody who hung tough with me tonight. I know it's very late in certain parts of the world. So thank you. I love when y'all hang tough like this and stay up with me late. It's 2 a.m. where I'm at right now, so I know I need to go to bed. I have a class to teach in the morning, so I got to try to get some type of sleep and get some work done. Peace, many blessings. I love you all. Stay safe, and I'm out.